I play the game with no timeouts. You ride my wave, you're getting wiped out. Big mistakes get white out. I spot you like a lighthouse. Watch your moves like a night owl. On a full moon, wolves gon' howl. Can't bounce back, no rebounds. I show up like me how. Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Tip Off. I am your host, Iceman the Eskimo. Y'all see what day it is. It's the Nets day, the media day, the day that starts everything off. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Getting ready for this season soon. You know what I mean? Training camp is tomorrow. Media day is on Saturday, I believe. Not media day. Practice in the park, I think, is on Saturday. If I'm correct, I'm not sure, but y'all know what time it is. If y'all haven't seen them videos, go check them out. Yo, I see y'all in the chat. You know what I'm saying? If y'all haven't checked out the Media Day videos, they are now live on YouTube. You know what I mean? John sent me one. I watched one earlier. John, let me know your thoughts about Media Day. You can start with Sean. You can start with the players, wherever you want to go at.
I mean, there's so many different options. I feel like I'm getting a Chinese dinner right now. I got option A, option B, option C. But this was definitely a day people were ready for, just because there's such a long off season of what ifs and what this team can do. So to now get to the point where this long season is about to start, I think it's good for the Brooklyn Base. We now got to finally see what the Flatbush Five is all about. And I want to start there. Just seeing those five guys take their pictures together, like you could tell that there's already a bond of some type of chemistry being formed between these five guys. I mean, these guys have compete against each other. Some of them in the early they compete against each other. So like that bond is going to be so crucial for their progression in the next 2 to 3 years, because the one thing holding the Brooklyn Nets back is we've not had a young core together to build chemistry or sustainability. And these guys already off the bat are showing those little bits of chemistry. So look forward to their journeys as they try to show us why they are the leaders of this future team. So I think that was a good thing to see. And then Sean Marks came up to the podium. It's kind of when things got very interesting. I mean, he addressed something that was surprising about Yegor Dioman, that he suffered a torn plantar fasciitis in summer league, which it's an irritating, agonizing injury. If you've dealt with it, it's definitely irritating. So that was a little worrisome. They said that it's going to bother him for a few weeks, but that he might progress somewhere towards the middle of training camp and kind of be ready for the regular season. But you just hope he's healthy and available. I mean, they said that Yegor already put on some muscle, which is good, but he needs to be available. As we got to see what our first ever lottery pick is all about. And he's already showing some leadership qualities, but this Planter thing is definitely just something to monitor. And I hope it doesn't stop his progression, because we want to see this guy play as many games as possible this year and build off of his first year. So I hope he will be healthy by then. And then we kind of move a bit to the Cam Thomas situation of all, which I was bumping up saying, hey, is Cam going to speak on Media Day? He did. Was Cam going to give you short answers on Media Day? He did. Was Cam going to say anything bad against Sean Marks? Well, he didn't. But he kind of, if you read what he said, it was some subtle hints of the frustration that he felt this season. But he's kind of already made his bed by signing the qualifying offer. And Sean Marks basically said, hey, you know what? We did this in a mature fashion on both sides. It's bad. This is bad that we couldn't get this done, but we still believe in Cam. And he's done a lot of hard work this summer, but we're going to see what happens this year. But if we're really calling it what it is, did Sean Marks really play this from a mature standpoint? Because we were seeing all the articles, Ice, that they were not rushing to give Cam Thomas a contract. We heard little offers here or there, but if I'm looking at this from a logical standpoint, I think both sides could have handled this in a lot more mature fashion. From what I've seen is that the last 4 years, Cam and this front office have not been on the same page. And Cam essentially today, what he said in his interview was, the best thing I could have is control over my future with this qualifying offer, and that's what he did. And you honestly, Hardy has to kind of respect it a little bit from Cam's side. He has not had a consistent role in this team. He has not had validation from this team. I think today was the first time Sean Marks has ever given Cam a real compliment, saying that he's put in the work in the gym and he's looking a lot better, and this is a big season for him. So really, it could go either way with Cam Thomas' future the rest of this year. But if I'm looking at this from a logical standpoint, I think there's a 5% chance that they could come back to the same page, and a 95% chance that this relationship is probably over when it's said and done. But I think Cam handled it professionally, and he said, you know what, I have no real goals for this year. It's just to enjoy it and play my game. And that's kind of what Cam said. I don't think he said anything different from what he said the previous year. I have nothing to prove this organization. I'm going to play my game, and we'll see what happens. So I think that's definitely going to be a situation to monitor, especially the first few months of the season before Cam becomes trade eligible. And then we got the one of the interesting topics of notes was Haywood Highsmith. They said today that he actually might be ready for regular season. And the crazy thing is he had a torn meniscus surgery 6 weeks ago. So that was definitely a surprising development. But you know what? If Haywood could come back sooner, be a good vet on his team, give you that defensive grit that he can only give you, it's definitely going to boost up his trade value, especially that the Nets are looking to move him towards a trade deadline. So that actually might be a good thing to happen for the Nets. And the Nick Claxton situation got addressed too. I appreciate Jordy for acknowledging that Claxton's temper tantrums were a really sour note for him last year, especially when he got that contract. And he's supposed to be a vet on this team. And and Claxton even said that, I just got to be a locked in, steady head and be a good mentor for these young guys and just play my game as well. So I'm glad Claxton and the organization acknowledge those things, because we do not need a tantrum Claxton this year. We just need a professional Claxton to boost up his value. And one other thing to note, Noah Clowney, the guy is 234 pounds. 2 years ago, the guy was 210 pounds. He has added over 24 pounds of muscle. Me and Ice have been talking about on some past shows. A guy who could be built for a breakout year might be Mr. Noah Clowney, and he looks like he's physically ready to show that he can actually be a two-way player, and he's definitely going to be somebody to watch for this upcoming season, that's for sure. And that's kind of what I got from Media Day bit, Ice. There's a lot going on with this team, but looking at this roster, it should definitely help position the Nets to get a top potential prospect next year, because we need that franchise guy. It's good we have this young building block core of the Flatbush Five, but clearly we definitely need that number one guy as we want to progress forward the next few years.
All right. You went along a little quick, so we're gonna run it back just in case the fellas pull up as well. So we're gonna start with MPJ.
All right.
I think MPJ said something about Cam. He said something about Ben Saroff. I don't know if you caught those two, but I'm going to start with MPJ. Still, like I said last stream, MPJ, there's a lot of folks that think that he has a chance to break out. But he said Cam, he got a whiff. He got a whiff when he was in Denver of Cam playing against Cam, and said, I think Cam is being undervalued as a player who can score and carry a team. You know what I'm saying? Like, for somebody speaking from the other side, being another player going against Cam, and us being fans and knowing what Cam can do and what he can't do, but actually playing against him and being on a different team is also a different aspect of what people see. We see one thing from our vision, you know what I'm saying? Most of us see the same, some see a little bit different, but from MPJ's vision, like, he believes from what he was saying that he's being undervalued too bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like almost wrong to undervalue Cam like that, right? And he think the way he said it was like he believes that Cam could possibly do something like that. You know what I'm saying? From playing against him, and I was like, okay, like, that's my mindset. Isn't like I didn't think Cam could do that. I thought there was a possibility. Like, we talked about, like, if he had played a longer season, he might have shown that he could have possibly did something like that. But playing against him, he was like, yo, he's being undervalued. So maybe MPJ is speaking to Sean Marks and Joe Tsai and saying, like, you know what I'm saying? If I was y'all, I wouldn't let him walk. You know what I'm saying? What you think, John?
That's very interesting, and I'll touch on MPJ a bit because he was the one topic I didn't talk about. I talked about pretty much all the other main topics, but MPJ was interesting today because Sean Marks, he told the press that he did talk to MPJ about his podcast antics and said, this is where we stand, our values, our beliefs. So Sean Marks has tried to address MPJ about toning that down, and we thought MPJ did, because he said today, I love the women's WNBA, but if we've seen past comments, he's made jokes at the women's WNBA saying that if they were against a boys team, an Olympic League or something, that it wouldn't go too well for them. So it's interesting that he changed that tune today after having a supposed meeting with good character guy Sean Marks. But then if you saw it later in the night, it seems MPJ was bringing up another topic about women. So I just look at this relationship, and I wanted to work with MPJ being a good vet on this team. But given that he wants to speak his thing about stuff, I just don't know if this is going to be a good long-term relationship. But MPJ did say he wants to be here. He wants to bring that championship experience, and he just wants to ball out and show that he can go to another level for himself and try to help these young guys. So it'll be interesting to see if he could just be a good, concrete veteran. And he did acknowledge that Cam Thomas, is being undervalued a lot in the league. I mean, we've seen with NBA media, what they call this kid one of the most polarizing players of all time. He hasn't even made a All-Star game, hasn't made a day player front. Like Cam Thomas hasn't even won any accolades yet. He's already been polarized so much by the NBA media, which Cam did address. So MPJ, I think, definitely wants to have somebody next to him to carry the scoring burden, because he just want to be a guy trying to average 25 points and everybody else is averaging 10 points. Like, that's no fun. And at least with Cam Thomas, we know he can average over 20 points on a good day or a bad day. So I think it's good that he was giving Cam a little boost up there. But at the same time, Sean Marks, in his interview, the second interview that he had with the Yes Media, said that, hey, MPJ might have to be the best player on the team this year, which is interesting because he didn't say that about Cam Thomas. He said, listen, I see Cam putting in a lot of work. There's a chance he could still be on his team after this year. Jordy said the same thing, but he said MPJ has to be one of the best players on his team. So I just feel like that they want to utilize MPJ's offense right now to help them get through what's going to be a tough-ass season, because he does have an expiring contract that they can utilize in the future. I don't think they see Cam Thomas as that number 1 or 2 guy, just because I feel like there's so much unknown with salvaging that relationship, which feels beyond fracture at this point. But it was good that MPJ did give Cam a little credit, saying, hey, this kid can ball. He's working on his weaknesses, and he just has to get through a regular season. Sean Marks even acknowledged the injuries were one of the big reasons why we didn't want to give Cam over $20 million, because he has not gotten through a full season healthy yet to show that he can be that guy. So it'll be interesting to see the dynamic between Cam and MPJ, because they're supposed to be our top 1-2 scorers to start the season. It'll be interesting to see how many games they actually play before a potential move concerning Cam could happen. So I look forward to seeing what those two can do together. It's just how long will they be able to do it together, Ice? That's the question.
Right. Yeah, nah. So that is the question, right? But again, and this is what I find interesting. Bridges said it was easier when Cam was on the floor. And PJ played against Cam and said he's being undervalued. Now, I see I put player one's comment on there. It really doesn't matter how fans or players or teammates view CT if the team see him as lesser. But here's the thing, right? That's solid. But when you got people and you playing against other people in the same league as you, and they see something and they playing against you and they see something different, and they know how difficult it is to deal with you. And we know Cam is a bucket, right? So like you said, it's very ticky-tack, trying to place Cam somewhere, because on one hand, we saying like, oh yeah, Cam has weaknesses, he a bucket, he need to do these things better. But then you hear MPJ and Bridges say like it's easier when he's on the floor and he's being undervalued as a bucket getter, and he can carry a team, which we didn't see him do, but MPJ feels like he can carry a team. Now, with Sean Marks and them saying like, yo, it's possible he could come back, right? Because that's what I was saying. Just because he signed that qualifying offer doesn't mean he's going to leave. There's a high possibility he will leave, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to leave. And with those points that MPJ and like Bridges and us, we all make like, you know what I'm saying? Except for, shout out to Breeze, except for Breeze. Breeze is, you know what I'm saying? 10 toes down with Cam. We like, I don't know. And I think the organization is like, I don't know, but if he does show up, you know what I'm saying? And now they trying to say MPJ might have to be the best player. If MPJ is stamping Cam like Bridges did, then I think there's a possibility he might come back. And I think there's a possibility that Cam might show up this season in a way that we might not have seen him. You know what I'm saying? Because players are vouching for him again. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's talk when you hear say what we say, and then you go and you listen to MPJ and you listen to Bridges like, nah, Cam need to be on the floor. You know what I'm saying? He needs to be on the floor. So what do you think about like Bridges saying it's easier with Cam on the floor, and MPJ is saying like what I asked, and then like the scenario, you might think the relationship is messed up, but I think is the unknown of what Cam actually, you know, what we think. What is Cam? You know what I'm saying? That's the
Right.
question.
Right, great questions all around. Listen, all I say is thank you, Mid-Kel, for those 6 first-round picks because it's definitely gonna help us out when your future is on the down. So we
Right.
appreciate that. Listen, there's two different scenarios. So with Mid-Kel, Sean Marks thought that this would be the third option, be a temporary number one guy to get us a said star, but Bridges never wants to be there, and that's why he was pushing Cam, saying, "Listen, Cam looks hungrier than I am. Cam actually potentially might want to be here and get said bag. I want out," and that's how that kind of happened. Now with MPJ, it's like him and Jordy have that relationship, that chemistry. MPJ's in the Mid-Kel situation where now he's going from third option to temporary number one option to potentially recruit a star. And I'll touch on what Sean Marks' potential plans could be with getting a said star later on the show. But if you look at it right now, there is a little interesting like similarities there where now MPJ is being asked to do the Bridges role, be a temporary one guy, and I guess have Cam be as one or two to see if maybe the two of them could create something together that might be enticing for a star to want to jump ship to join. I mean, it's a possible theory, but this is where we got to look at facts here with Sean Marks and what he said today. At the end of his yes video, he said, listen, it's upsetting that it's unfortunate me and Cam couldn't come to an agreement. That's the ugly side of business. But he said that Cam understood the business aspect of this. And then he said Cam is all in on Brooklyn. If he was all in, he would have signed a contract. When you sign a qualifying offer, it means you're halfway out the door, meaning I'm halfway out. Like, this is the thing about Sean Marks that people, I think, kind of catch on now. He's very political when he wants to be. Today, a lot of his answer was political, saying, oh, we both handle this in a mature manner. You both did not handle this in a mature manner. You couldn't even talk to each other this summer until the very middle end of before media day happened. So,
Right.
Sean Marks is trying to act like they're in sync. But really, once Cam signed that qualifying offer, he's basically taking control of his own future by saying, if I don't want to be traded anywhere, I can walk for nothing and have 10 teams with cap space next year. And a few of those teams will have more cap space than us to potentially get a better contract than what this team offered me. And I know some people want to hope that Cam has a great season and that will magically change Sean Marks' mind to say, hey, Cam, you're the guy. He had 4 years to give Cam that opportunity. It wasn't until the last 2 years they had to forcibly make Cam a starter because Cam was the only guy offensively that can give you more than 20 points a night. So, it's been circumstance that has dictated Cam's role on his team, not belief in him, not that they value him as a star, one or two. It's that they're happy he was there when they needed something. And it's unfortunate to say that about Cam Thomas because he has untapped potential on his playmaking, especially, and what he can give you rebounding-wise, and even some little defensive effort that he can get better on. There's a lot left to be desired there, but just the timing is not there right now on both sides. And for Cam Thomas, he said today, I have no goals really for this season except to enjoy it, play my game, and let the dice fall where they may. Now it's up to Sean Marks to evaluate, hey, do I let Jordy, let Cam play this whole month of November, actually be a legit starter, get as much time as possible to show what he can really do, or do I have to bench him in fourth quarters so we can lose games intentionally to get a top pick? It's a juggling, balanced, chaotic act right now this team is going through. And as much as Cam said some good things that he's in with Brooklyn, it's for right now. It's not for 3 to 4 years down the line because he took the qualifying offer. So as much as I know some Cam fans really want him to be here, you look at Sean Marks. Has he valued Cam Thomas the last 4 years? No. Has he said Cam Thomas is a cornerstone piece the last 4 years? No. So as much as Cam said some good things today and kept it very simple with his answers, I just think Sean Marks was doing a lot of political BS today, saying that Cam is all in when really he's not. And it's up to them to navigate how this relationship ends the next few months because it's going to be some awkward months if they have to mess with Cam's playing time. So I just think it was a lot of political BS on both sides. And I think they're just trying to stay face, even though we kind of know the relationship's kind of over at this point.
All right. So I still think he's in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my thinking, right? Here's my thinking with Cam. I think he's still in.
Okay.
I think Sean Marks is still in with him. Like I said, the only reason I don't think Sean Marks is out on him is because he doesn't necessarily know what he is. He has an idea that he could be a six. I think he's with us. He could be a six man, but he also could be something else, right? And Cam said he understands the business, and they came up with that. So what I didn't hear Cam say is, I'm going to try to make as much as I possibly can for my teammates. You know what I'm saying? Right. He never spoke about anything other than I'm gonna just play my game. Cam give bland answers like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna just play my game, right? And I think those things that when he's bland like that, that could be a part of the problem because like we said, scoring ain't everything. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's needed, but it ain't everything. And he, knowing the situation he's in, and just say, I'm gonna play my game. Like, nah, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna try to make my teammates better. So I think as far as like being taken, like, no, I don't want to say leadership role, but knowing where, you know what I'm saying, you struggle at and where you can get better, and let the media say, okay, like, we gonna look for Cam to pass the ball this season. And that would take him up to another level other than looking for his scoring. Now you watching to see if he's really gonna play me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I definitely agree.
Yeah, I think they still in on him 50%. I would say 50%. And I think he's in on the Nets 50% as well. And it all depends on what happens this season with him on, like Javon said, playing time. If they mess with his playing time, like you said, messing with his playing time, anything like that could actually get him out of here. Leaf is in the house. Leaf, what's good? You there, Leaf? I guess Leaf is there somewhere, but not.
But just to respond to you, I think that's what it really is. 50 in, 50 out. That's why I felt from both sides. Say, listen, Sean has to be politically correct about the situation. He can't say, oh, I undervalue Cam. I gave him a contract or two, and he crapped on me. And the crazy thing is, he said they had professional meetings this summer, but it was like, this was the meeting. Pay me. No. Mm-hmm. Trade me. No. And then he signed qualified. That's why I felt like it was, because we didn't hear those great conversations. We heard it was on the back burner. And for Sean Marks to say, like, oh, they've both been on the same page until they weren't, like, no, we don't buy that for a second. But it is, like you said, 50-50. But the thing stopped at Cam, and I appreciate Cam for acknowledging this past a fight with the media this summer, which was unnecessary. But even say, like, I just upset that there's these people with false narratives about my game as we look at the facts. I think some people overdid it with the ball hog scenario, but it's like, if Cam is your only best offensive player and there's nobody else on the team that can do anything offensively, of course he's getting double teams. The other team wants to easily beat us. Some media people push that storyline to death about Cam Thomas. I disagree with that. But if we look at three things holding Cam back, he's not tall, he's not athletic, and he doesn't play elite defense. If he had all three of those qualities, Cam's whole narrative changes in the NBA. But unfortunately, he can't magically make all three of those things a strength, because he can't actually do those things. All he can do is be a good scorer, be an efficient scorer, and be a good playmaker and find his teammates. That's really all Cam can do on the court. And unfortunately, in Sean Marks' world, that's not superstar. That's not superstar B or C. It's, you could be a second option if we need you to be, but we probably want you to be a third or sixth man. And for Cam, it's like, he don't want to play like that. He actually thinks a team will give him a third option contract potentially this summer, and that's Cam's gamble and consequences to deal with if he does leave this team. But I just think both of their gambles here are short-sighted, because nobody wins here. We're still rebuilding, and Cam potentially could be a sixth man and still be in the same situation, just on a different team. So I hope if there is a divorce this season, let it be as clean as possible. Don't let it ruin the development of the Flatbush Five, because we do not need any more unnecessary drama. We dealt with the last 4 years. We have to have a season where there's actually being stuff built and not toxic heads colliding for no damn reason. I seriously hope if there is a divorce here, Cam and Sean can do what they did today. Just say the political stuff right, and eventually let's get this divorce on the road, because we don't need to give people false hope about the situation. That's what I hope people get from this.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, no false hope. Just looking for good basketball this season. Exactly. You see all the players. I ain't put everybody up there because them a lot of players. You know what I'm saying? But MPJ also talked about Ben Saraf. Said Ben, he said Ben was impressive. You know what I'm saying? And professional. To see how young he is and how good he is, which people don't think Ben is because of Summer League. But I also reported that he was a good scorer. Now, I don't know if it's going to translate because how it looked in Summer League, but that's just Summer League. And he needs to work on the shot. But he also said, you know what I'm saying, Ben Saraf name. So that would tell fans a little bit of something about Ben. Probably has a little bit of something in his back pocket that we haven't seen, you know what I mean? In Summer League, or if you haven't seen his games overseas, you might not know. But because MPJ said something about him early, tells me he probably has something else that we didn't see, and we probably need to see it. You know what I mean? What you think about that?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that some of the teammates were giving Ben those props. I think it's because of his overseas resume and what he's done. He actually has played a bit professionally more than some of the guys we drafted. So he does have that in the EuroLeague aspect to his game. Like he can give you some pace, he can give you some playmaking, he can give you a little interesting footwork in the interior. It's just as a complete player, is he the guy that could be a cornerstone piece for our team? We still have to see if that's even a possibility. Like, I actually hope Ben proves me wrong. If Ben Surratt can actually prove to be a core piece of our team, I will come on your podcast and my old podcast and say, I was wrong about Ben Surratt, because I do want him to succeed, but it's like we have so many freaking guards on this team, it's hard for a guy to get noticed at that point because they have all these other guys fighting for the same spot that he's fighting for. So I hope Ben Surratt can take that in stride, be a professional, apply his Euro resume to an American League resume, because he has to show that he can be a core guy. I think he definitely has a lot he can grow this year. He's probably going to spend a lot of good time in the G League, like you said. I think that will help him become more acclimated, but we definitely have to see some offensive evolution. A three-point shot, he has to work on that mid-range shot. Like, if he can work on his tools and be a good contributor, maybe a sixth man of our future, then I'm happy to have Ben Surratt on board. It's just he's definitely going to have to find a way to gel with all these other playmakers we got. That's my confusing part of this whole puzzle, is how can we get all these playmakers to actually have some type of solid offense, have some type of solid defense, and play a mixed style ball with each other. Like, that is going to be the key of this whole thing. But I'm glad that they're telling us more about Ben Surratt that we probably don't even know about him yet. And what I've heard is that he can be an ultimate competitor for this team because of his Euro pedigree. It's just how can he apply it to the American style will be very interesting to see. But I hope Ben proves me wrong. It's just we got to see if how much time he spends in the G League this year and how much time he actually gets in the pros. That's really going to tell me a lot about where his progression could be at.
Yes. That is true. Overseas, playing against older guys, being in a professional league, I think he's only 19.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think he's only 19. So that would help with his gameplay here. Like, I do think he's gonna end up in the G. I could be wrong, but I do think he's gonna end up in the G. There is competition down there. You know what I'm saying? And I just found out. I'm gonna probably do a video or a live on it. The G League team actually has a FIBA team. I did not know that. Yeah, I did. They have their own team for FIBA, which I didn't know. So now y'all know the NBA has a G League FIBA team. Also, you know what I mean? With I think some of the G League top players play in the FIBA league. I just seen it recently because of the FIBA and Dennis and all that. So it popped up on YouTube. I'm like, hold up. G League, FIBA. You know what I mean? And it was different. So FIBA has a G League team. If y'all didn't know, y'all heard it here first. You know, I mean, just remember Iceman told y'all about the G League team for FIBA. But I do think he's going to end up down there. I do think Danny is going to end up down there. I'm going to get to Danny in a little bit. But I think there's enough playing time for Surratt to go down there and work on his shot and his game and maybe get called up. You know what I'm saying? But now, the guy that you mentioned earlier, Mr. Clowney, what is he at? 235 right now?
234. He was 210 when he came into the league. Now he's 234 pounds.
Yeah. Woo! Putting on weight heavy in the off season, working on his game. Who else? Chris Johnson, working out with Chris Johnson. I don't know if y'all seen his workout with Chris Johnson, but he was driving into the cup, using his shoulder, and Chris was teaching him how to do the body bump, create space, try to finish, try to dunk through contact. You know what I'm saying? Go up strong, and he looked strong. You know what I'm saying? He looked strong. He looked like a bulldozer. You know what I'm saying? When he gets downhill, figure out how to use his body weight correctly and his shoulders. So I think Clowney now has something to prove. And I think he's going to show another level to his game as far as getting to the rack and initiating contact, finishing through contact, maybe going up strong and dunking on some people this season. You know what I'm saying? As far as what I've seen from the workouts, what you think, John?
No, Clowney's not even 24 years old, and he looks like a grown man. Like, he came in looking completely different physically than we saw last year. And last year he did add muscle, but see him be 234 now. It's like he's taken his muscle development program to another level because now this is a huge year for him. He's already come in saying, I'm ready to show that I can be physical, that I can be more than just a 3-point shooter and give you a few blocks, that I can in the interior dominate some people. And I hope to see it. I mean, he has a lot to prove this year, and it's interesting. I don't think Dariq Whitehead and Wilson got main interviews, but Noah Clowney did, and he looks like he could be our best breakout guy from that draft class, and we need him to be because there's so much untapped potential in the last 2 years. Unfortunately, he hasn't gotten to show you the full bag. The first year, he showed you defensive potential with his blocking and rebounding. Second year, the three-point shot, that was one of his main focuses. He showed you little bits of what he could do in the interior, getting foul calls. Now this year, it's about putting it all together. Free throws, three-point shots, lobs, blocks, every component of his game. I hope we can see this year because he looks like he's ready to earn a role on this team and solidify a role. And it'll be interesting to see with Claxton, if we boost his value and possibly trade him, Clowney could definitely have a legit long-term role in this team. So I really do hope he can break out this year and show us that those muscles are more than just there for show. But I'm telling you, Ice, he definitely looks like he's taken development to a whole other level. And that's what this is about for the Brooklyn Nets. We're trying to find the next Brooklyn Net, and this guy's showing us that this has to be his year. And I look forward to seeing if Noah Clowney can truly be one of our breakout guys this year. And I think he's already off to a great start just with his physical changes that he's made for himself.
Yeah, facts. Yo, you want to pull up, Scott? I'm gonna send the link. Leaf, you there?
I'm here, man. What the hell?
No, I called your name like 15 times, bro. Hold up.
My bad, bro. Like I got a full house now, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. Not a full house.
It's all good. It's all good. We just chatting it up. So we started off with Cam. And then we went to Ben Sarav, and we starting to talk about Clowney. You want to go back to Cam, or you want to start with Ben Sarav? Did you hear what we said about Ben Sarav?
I was hearing it, but like I said, I was just tending to my family and everything.
All right, so I'll give you a quick run. I'll give you a quick rundown. MPJ talked about Cam saying he's being undervalued as a player who can score and carry a team. He thinks he's being undervalued. He said he got a glimpse of Cam when he versed Cam in Denver, and Cam basically balled out, right? So he thinks Cam is being undervalued as that type of player. And he also spoke about Ben Sarav in saying in practice, like Ben, he gave him like a compliment and said Ben is good and he's a real professional. So I think there's another level of Ben game that we haven't seen just because Summer League people are down on him. But he mentioned Ben early in his interview. He talked about Cammy, he talked about Ben Sarav. So that's where we at right now.
Oh, well, I could say in terms of the professionalism, I mean, I could see it. I mean, I could see it from all of them. I mean, they all, being good model citizens right now. It's the beginning of the season. I mean, obviously, Cam Thomas is definitely being probably the most model citizen he could be probably right now because he already know, the tide can change in an instant, man, when, basically the league or whatever doesn't really value you and everything. So, I mean, in terms of Ben Sarav, I mean, like I guess we got to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, I think Ben Sarav can do some things. If that's the case, then I would add on that the same applies for Nolan Trayor because him and Nolan Trayor played in somewhat of the same league and the same comp. You know what I'm saying? So I think Nolan Trayor is probably going to be his comp in training camp. And vice versa. So if that's being said about Ben Sarav, then I think the same has to be applied for Nolan Trayor. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, because to me, I think they're gonna be somewhat linked to each other. A lot of people don't really see it right now, but I think they're gonna be somewhat linked to each other as long as they're both a part of this roster. I think this the roster spot going forward in terms of how they progress is realistically, I think the spot for one of them. Realistically, it's just for one of them in the future. Right now, both of them are on the team, but I mean, I'm having a hard time seeing a future where both of them is on the court and playing effective winning basketball together. You know what I'm saying? I mean, call me crazy, man, but I just don't really see it right now. I mean, but if it does happen, I mean, that listen, kudos to them, but I mean, I just don't really see it. I think they each other's comp right now.
All
But
right. So you
MPJ,
think? Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, but as far as MPJ goes, I said it yesterday. I think he had enough media attention, man, for one summer. Um,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, I mean, the fact that they put him on first, and I seen a little bit of it, I think they was just like, all right, bro. Like, yo, you get one more, and then you up out of here. We don't need to hear you talking no more, bro. Like, listen, like that's it. But yeah, I think everybody got a good attitude about what's going forward. I mean, because they all know that they could be out the league in a couple years. MPJ is probably one of those individuals. He know he could be out the league in a couple of years. Cam Thomas, he know he could be out the league at after this year if possible. You know what I'm saying? If they're not valued or if they're not being valued the right way, or if they're not valuing what the front office and the coaching staff want them to value. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So I mean, it's right now that they all got to kind of play yes man realistically, and the reality is that as long as the mistakes are being made, you're gonna see the front office basically push Jordy Fernandez on a podium, and then you're probably going to see Sean Marks get right next to him and try to explain his actions about why he was pushed on that podium, man. So it's always damage control. Overall, what I seen, bro, like I in terms of the BS crowd control that they try to play
Right.
in the front office, bro. I think every next media day is gonna suck. And until we see different,
Yo.
bro, like I mean, it's hideous, it's atrocious, it's just absolute disgusting. And I think a lot of the Nets faithful and the Nets lifers deserve better. You know, this shit is just disgusting, bro. Like, but what else was you
Yo.
about to ask me?
Yeah. Nah. Yo. You funny, bro. Nah. He said Cam. MPJ said Cam. He feels like he thinks that Cam is being, I want to say, undervalued. I think that's the word. Undervalued as a scorer
Yeah.
and a
They are being undervalued, and Jovan, bro, like because they're being undervalued, bro. Like it's a possibility, because of the money that they're looking for. Well, not necessarily MPJ, but definitely Cam Thomas. He could possibly, you know, be out the league in a couple of years, bro. Like that's just me. I mean that they ain't that's it. You could rest
Yeah,
that on the shoulders. You could rest
that's the
that on the
truth.
shoulders. Hold on, you could rest that on the shoulders of the rest of the GMs, basically playing like, all right, man, like if they don't want him, man, why should we take? We try probably take him for maybe 3 million or 6 million or less, and he won't take it now that he got a new he got a new representation. So they figure like, all right, yo, the first second that he get 20 million offered overseas, he might just take it. You know what I'm saying? Or 100 mil over overseas, he might just take it, bro. Like it's something that Jay was talking about a while back on terms of
Mhm.
players not being appreciated in the NBA and they getting offered more money overseas. You know what
All
I'm saying?
right.
So I mean, so it might just happen, bro. I don't really see it happen with Cam. I'll be shocked if it happened to Cam Thomas, but I mean, but if it does happen, bro, I really won't be surprised.
All right, Scott, you there? I see Breezy on pulled up. Scott, you still you there? You hot right now? Breeze, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right.
Ooh.
All right, Scott, you. Oh, I see you.
This guy,
I
this
see you.
guy.
Let me run to Scott.
Yeah, what's up? What's
MPJ, we're
up?
talking about MPJ, Saraf and Cam. MPJ interview today. Yo, I see you in the chat. MPJ said Cam, he believes Cam is being undervalued as a scorer and a player that can carry a team. And he also said that Ben Saraf is he was impressive in practice and professional. He was surprised how professional he was at 19. What do you think about those two?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Saraf might, I always said there's somebody is going to show up and you ain't going to know who it is. It could be Saraf, that experience of playing grown men at 15 and 16 and 17 paying off. Because they know exactly what they're up against. I believe that. Now, whether they can adapt, as far as Brooklyn is a great spot for Saraf. There's a Jewish community here that he can, vibe with, and it's a great place for him. You know what I'm saying? The team is in a position where all these players are going to eventually have to show, what they're capable of and grow, so this is good. This is great. I'm telling you, you'll be surprised what you get.
Yeah, facts. What you think about? Do you think Cam is being undervalued as a player that can score and carry a team? Because before y'all got on, me and John was talking about when Bridges was here, he asked for Cam to be on the court, right? And then MPJ said when he played against Cam, you know what I'm saying? He gave them work.
Yeah, he did give him work.
He
put up like 47, I think. He got busy on him.
So he feel like Cam is being undervalued, and
he is.
Now that he's on the Nets and he's saying this in a Nets interview, letting everybody know that Cam is being undervalued. What do you think about that?
Oh, of course he is. He's even being undervalued by half the fans in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Half the fans really believe that he's like, he can score, but he don't play no defense. He can't pass the ball. Which is false. I mean, this guy is a hooper. He's literally a hooper. It's just a matter of him playing. He has to play. You got to get him in the lineup. You got to give him time, and he has to stay healthy. But you got to remember, he came in with Kyrie here and all this mess that was going on. The change of coaches the first 2 or 3 years. Come on, man. What you expect the guy to do? The team wasn't on the up and up. It was just a lot of chaos. So for him, and this is why coming in on an organization at a certain time means a lot to the development of players. When they come in, they have to, the team has to be ready for that. Like Oklahoma. But you got to remember, Oklahoma's OKC is a small market. They don't have the pressure like New York do. New York brings to Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? Everything in Brooklyn is now. And even the fans here want it as soon as possible. Or they rather just keep picking in this draft and stay in this rut. Like you're gonna get a LeBron or a Kobe out of the draft. You need a team to win. You really need a team.
Guy though too, Scott. You do need that.
You need a team to win. It's on the GM to situate it where the team, he got a direction, he got a goal, he got to see what he want before he even have it. Which is crazy, but it's true. You have to know what you're looking for.
All right, Breeze. Did you catch any of the media day stuff?
Yeah, I went ISO earlier. I did a stream right at like 12 p.m.
Yeah, I saw
that.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with this. I'm gonna ask you. I ain't gonna ask you about Benson Rob. I'm gonna ask you about Noah Clowney and Cam. Like I said, Bridges was here, asked for Cam to be on the court. MPJ said Cam is being undervalued as a scorer and a player that can carry a team. I know that's your guy. So how do you feel about MPJ actually saying that on media day so everybody can see, you know what I'm saying, exactly what Cam is and how he's being undervalued as MPJ being a probably having to be one of the better players on the team right now. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about him giving Cam a shout out like that? And that's your guy.
I think it speaks volumes. I think he knows, you know what I'm saying, that he values what Cam Thomas as a teammate, what a elite scorer could do for him. Like think about how it opened up the offensive game for MPJ, and you try to double Cam Thomas, you got MPJ at the top of the 3-point line, you got him at the you got MPJ at the elbow, you got MPJ helping Cam Thomas break those half court tracks. Like you playing MPJ in a beneficial situation when you doubling Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, with a championship pedigree like, MPJ, say what you want about him, but on a one-on-one situation, because they doubling Cam Thomas, somebody like MPJ is going to, you know what I'm saying, thrive in that situation. You know what I mean? And to pivot to Noah Clowney, I like his answers at the media day. He was
Me too.
honest. He said rebounding is about effort, and he bulked up. And in my opinion, that's what Cam Thomas did last season. He bulked up. Everybody recognized the difference with Cam Thomas in media day last season and said, "Oh, look at the muscle he put on." Same thing with Noah Clowney. I give credit to him. He
Right.
really taking his opportunity serious, and he sees that it could be a revolving door with these franchises. Easy come, easy go. You really got to earn your keep. And I think somebody like Noah Clowney going into his third season is serious about his NBA
Yeah,
career.
I agree with you.
Definitely, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look for him to make moves. Yeah.
Yeah, I said before I pulled up, he was another player. Terrence Mann, Zaire, and Noah Clowney worked out with Chris Johnson, and he was working on driving to the paint, dunking, driving to the paint, spin move, drive to the paint, layup. You know what I'm saying? All in a lot of interior work as far as dribble handoffs and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he has another level to get to, or more to his game to show, I should say. Ella, Cam Thomas, and Noah Clowney before we move on. What's good, Brody?
Coach LM.
What's good, y'all?
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, I expect to see a huge season from them this upcoming year. Especially from Clowney. I heard he put on more weight, uh, or more muscle, which is actually good for us. It's gonna be interesting to see him at the forward position, which is in terms of the lineup, it looked like he might be our starting four. So I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's interesting to see what he's gonna do. I saw him; he's been putting in work in the mid range. Creating separation and working on his post fades. So I'm looking forward to seeing if they can actually execute it on the court. Um, yeah, I'm definitely. It's going to be an interesting season, I will say, in terms of these guys' progression,
Yep.
in terms of Cam Thomas and how he's going to fit into the offense. You could tell that a lot of things. It's just I don't know if it was just me, but it's just I don't think that's a relationship that I feel like it's a relationship that's just too far gone.
I
I
agree.
I
You read
I
their
just don't
lips.
think.
They
Yeah,
announced
I don't
something.
think he's necessarily. I'm sure he's locked in basketball wise, but I just don't think he's locked in with this team. I think it's just reached the point of no return. Um, but he's not gonna be the one to sabotage or get in the way of things. He does keep it. He keeps it low key on certain aspects. In terms of asking him about the qualifying offer. As a player, you do want to control your own destiny. So, um, I feel like he was on point about that. But in terms of his future with this team, I don't know. I think it was just as I expected, just a lot of with Sean Marks and them just saving face, uh, just giving us answers that we all can see through the BS. So. It is what it is, but my goal, as it was last year, player development. What are guys getting good at? What are guys improving on? The Yegor injury was a surprise.
Yeah,
I
big
didn't know that
surprise.
was there. So That's going to be interesting. They said he'll be
Yeah.
ready for regular season, so you
Yeah,
know,
okay.
It's tough. He's got a torn plantar, which is a torn. Anything torn in your foot is it's going to take some time. I just hope they don't rush that because that could be a nagging injury that will just revolve. So I hope they rest it now and he can be ready. His availability is crucial. You do not want your lottery pick starting off his first season on the injury list. So I just hope they figure that out because that was not what we wanted to hear today about Yegor.
Wait,
Yeah,
wait, hold up. What they said? What they said? Yegor had?
He's got
Some-
a
Said a
torn
plantar.
plantar
Yeah.
fasciitis. Torn plantar
Yeah,
fasciitis.
he got a foot
Oh,
injury.
okay, what is that? I'm not going to pretend like I know what that is. What is that, bro?
That's like he got like you know how the tendon and the muscle. Well, the tendon piece is in the foot.
Well,
Right.
where? Is it his foot? Is
Is
his
it the
leg?
bottom?
Where?
The bottom of his foot.
Bottom
The
of his
bottom
foot,
of his
yeah.
foot, yeah.
It's a nagging injury that you have to manage, or else you might have to get something done on
I
it.
mean,
Would
some
put you
people
on the
play
shelf for a
through
while.
it,
Is that
but
what
it's not
Porzingis had?
recommended.
Did Porzingis have that?
No, he
I
had an
don't know
ankle
what.
issue. He had an
I
ankle
think-
issue, I think. it
I
was.
think ankle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, his ankle was bad. No, it's not the same thing.
When it comes to this
Okay.
team, it just seems like injuries is just like the main. We got a love relationship. Like Sean Marks love getting these
He's the
guys.
Brooklyn Ward. Play
Yeah,
that.
so
that
I
music.
mean, I heard Drake Powell's not running 505s yet, which is
Yeah, that's
interesting.
another thing. He's got a.
So
So
He got
not
issues.
only do our front office is cheeks, but our damn training staff is cheeks too.
Yo,
No,
I
seriously,
mean,
not the- it's
MPJ
not the
MPJ
training.
was talking about the training staff is high
It's
key.
not the
like, he
training
was saying
staff
that he's
fault.
not used
I
to
was
It's
in the
just-
debate with Joey about this, and Joey tells me I'm wild for saying that our medical staff hasn't been up to par the last few years. Anybody remember the Ben Simmons situation? Like they have not been forthcoming with certain medical stuff going on with
Like,
this team.
bro, is our medical
Yeah, they
staff
don't.
it or not, bro?
No,
like,
no,
it's
I don't
just-
think it's the medical staff. With
Like,
injuries.
I ain't got no time for that novice, that intermediate shit, bro. Are we there or not?
No.
I have no
What they
idea.
I just
saying?
at least want niggas to hit the court, bro. If we trash, fine, bro, but hit the court.
Exactly. We got to see Powell
No,
play, and
bro.
now Jaeger might not play to start the season. Like
Seems
that's
like
just
Nolan, the
not-
only person, Nolan and Wolf seem like the only people that's not injured, bro. Or it's
Yo.
around.
No, it's not the medical staff. It's not the medical.
nah. So
No,
they've
we
been a little
are the
flimsy,
rehab-
Scott.
we
They've been
are the-
flimsy.
Yeah, we are
Huh?
the rehab center. We good. No worries.
I
over,
could get
over
5
here. We
healthy.
are the
No
rehab
wonder
center,
we
bro.
keep getting G League niggas, bro. God
I
damn.
would say this: if Sean and Joe can't get a franchise
This is
guy
a
with this
joke.
roster, have their bags packed right now because this would be insane if we can't get a top pick with all this crap going on this roster. It would be astounding that they
This
would screw
injury
this up.
nonsense
It would be
gotta
Why should
astounding.
we
stop.
mess around and win 22 games and get the number 4 pick?
Don't please
It
leave.
would-
Don't take my
This is
5% of hope away. Don't take it away, Lee. Please.
It solidified what I've been saying.
Man, the hell
from
with
the
that
very
5%
beginning.
shit,
Nah,
bro.
I gotta hold on to it, man. I have to.
You cannot
Wait,
Bro,
trust.
you
Brooklyn.
need
It's gonna
bro.
happen.
Respectfully, you need to aim higher. The hell with that 5% shit.
Oh my God, are we gonna get into this? You want nothing from this league, please. Come on, we got it. This is our best shot. If we're the worst team, you get a top 5 pick, and that is better
I get
than top 8 or
Hold on,
top
hold on,
10.
my
You
head
keep
hurt.
explaining that same shit. All I'm saying is aim high.
Hold up.
Oh, my head
Hold
hurt.
on. Wheel it back. Wheel it back. We're gonna go to Derek. We're gonna talk about Derek Whitehead. You know what
Oh,
I'm
here we
saying? Derek said that he took the summer. He didn't want to play in summer league. He took the summer to work on his body to get back right. A lot of training he did. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And he stayed in the G last year. So he talking about you know what I'm saying? He trying to get back fit. He trying to get back right. This is a big year for him, and he got to show out. What y'all think about that? Go ahead, John.
About Whitehead, about Derek.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was interesting. I don't know if he got a backstage interview. I know he didn't get any interviews on Yes, so I don't know if there was an interview of him on the backstage. You can let me know that on if you saw that. But yeah, for the Whitehead, this is a very important season. We've talked about it. He has to be healthy. He has to show that he can solidify a role. But the Kobe Buffkin situation now really puts him in direct competition. The thing is, both of them are an even playing field. They've both been injury prone. They both haven't played a lot of games. So now, Derek Whitehead has to pretty much be healthy in training camp, be effective, make all of his minutes that he has in these preseason games matter, because if he even falters one little bit, I think it's going to be hard for this team to guarantee his contract, which is either guaranteed or not October 31st. And Buffkin, this guy said he's hungry, he's ready to be healthy, and he's ready to contribute. So it really is a one-on-one between those two guys. And whoever wins, the other is likely going. And for Sean Marks, he has to take that one on the chin. This was a guy who potentially could have been a lottery prospect, and now for the last 2 years hasn't been healthy or available, and said he didn't even want to be in the pros because he didn't trust his body. So he really has to be healthy from the get-go this upcoming training camp, which is very soon, like a day away. And if he's not, then I think Kobe Buffkin has the inside track to steal that spot from him. At the end of the day, we are trying to find out who the next Brooklyn Net is. This is the only way this log jam with the roster makes sense, is that these final spots, you want guys to duke it out and truly earn it. If that is what the goal of this overloading the roster is, I totally get it. And I think that makes it better for the guys that could be a long-term part of the future. If you can earn your role, maybe you can earn a long-term role on this team. So it'll be interesting to see if Whitehead can do it. But he has a lot going against him right now, purely just not being healthy enough. So he is on the bubble, and he's got less time to prove that he can be that a cornerstone piece for this team. So really, it's going to come down to him and Kobe, and may the best man win. That's all I got to say about that.
All right, Pod with the pull up. You there, Pod?
Yeah, bro.
Yo.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you was doing big things like this. I used to,
Nah, yo, sometimes I do a little
invite.
something. I do something
What?
sometimes, you know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Listen,
Yeah.
can I give you just my overall on today?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead, because I'm just running down players, you know what I'm saying, just talking about things. So, but yeah, go ahead.
I mean, do you want me to address this particular player or?
Yeah. Go ahead, do that particular player, and then move forward with your overall take.
All right, so you was talking about Whitehead and who he come out with? I forgot, but who you talking about Whitehead, right?
Yeah, he came out with Jalen Wilson, but I was more focused on Whitehead because he was injured and he stayed in the G, and he said he worked on his body over the summer trying to get back right. It's a big year for him.
Maybe he worked on his legs, but he ain't work on the top part of his body at all. Pause. He looked like he ain't like, cause look at the rest of the team. I was kind of impressed. This is the most like in the weight room Nets team that I've seen in a minute. That surprised me.
They look kind of buff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
I
I
think
don't
they
want to
ready.
be analyzing niggas' bodies like that, but dude's arms was looking big in the New Jerseys.
Clowney looked real good. Ooh.
We
What's
gotta
good,
apply. We gotta
Yeah,
apply
man,
pause to
look.
this, bro.
Clowney
Come
looked
on,
like
bro.
he ready.
Like, all right. We gotta apply pause. Hold up. I allowed this shit to go on
Pause.
last 2 minutes, bro. Well, come on, bro. Like, we gotta apply pause to this. Come on now.
Right. Clowney's
Well, let Pod fish his
Hey.
take. Let Pod fish his take.
Go ahead, Pod.
In retrospect, you look at Derek, he didn't look like he put in work. He don't look like he could play small forward for sure. Like,
yeah.
you look at, I hate that Drake Powell is hurt. I'm hoping he's not a paper tiger, because
yeah.
Drake Powell looked like NBA ready, and he's 19 years old.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
do.
that's sharing my heart, man. I ain't gonna lie.
And he's
Yeah.
got to play. He's got to play, man. This would be the
Yeah.
tournament.
I don't know if I think not having that killer instinct is what's stopping this kid, because he has all the talent, he has all the size, he's prototypical. He has that, like, I would compare him to Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler doesn't have a 7-foot wingspan, and Jimmy Butler doesn't jump 43 inches.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying he's good like Jimmy. I don't say he's got the
I know what you mean, though.
Butler's flicker. I'm just saying physically, in
Yeah,
terms
yeah.
of being able to do it.
He's ready to play.
He looked like he can do it, right? But I don't
Yeah.
see that with Derek.
Yeah, I don't see it neither.
With Derek, he a little hunched over. He don't sound confident.
All right.
And like, looking back at it, maybe playing in the G League, if you're not confident in your body and you're trying to get back right, I understand you. I'm almost there with you with using the G League the way that he did last year. Fine, it's a tanking season. What is he risking his knees for a tanking season? He did the right thing, but to
Right.
come back and look the way that he looked,
Like
he
you
just
ain't
did.
ready.
like he's not ready.
He ain't
It,
ready.
Mhm.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
Like,
agree.
so
I
so
agree.
Wait, PT. You said that he was working on like his lower body, like just like what do you mean? Like, I'm did it look like he
He
was just doing
he he
cardio?
said
Or
he said for the first time, and it's true. He's not making this up. He said this was the first summer that I got to prepare myself for a
hmm
season.
Right.
Wow.
Most the last 2 summers I was injured and I couldn't do anything.
hmm
He's behind
And
the eight ball a lot. Very true.
but
It
I'm
sound like
look
he want to stand still and shoot, man. Like from what I'm
it,
hearing.
it that's
That's what he
that's
did last year.
that's what he I think
That's
that's
what
what
he
he
about to. I think that's what he. And I think that's his calling card. And if he want to survive in the league,
Just being a 3-point shooter, that's like Joe Harris again, man. Nah, that's got to go
but
if that's the case.
I don't think
I
he
think he could
wants
do a
to
little bit more. But I think his primary is going to be
I had to
3 point
say it,
shooting.
Scott.
I don't know if people watched his game in Long Island. I don't think he wants that contact.
Mm.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no.
I don't think he trusts his
Legs.
but the thing about it is I'm looking at him today and he looked like Jalen Wilson sitting across from him and he looked like a tank.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow. Wow.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
Pod, you were there
yeah.
today, Pod? You were at Media Day?
No, I didn't go to Miami. I
Oh,
Well,
watched
okay.
it.
Jalen Wilson got that forward look, like he's a
Nah,
forward, small,
yeah,
like a
yeah,
He's
yeah.
three.
Jalen Wilson, like he gonna do the little things, bro. He gonna do a lot more of the little
yo,
things. He gonna
you
go after
want
rebounds.
you
He
want
got
He
to
gonna do
start
the
to
dirty
Jalen
work.
create.
you
He got
want
to start to
Jalen to
create
turn
better.
into like a Josh Hart. He's just not athletic enough.
No,
It's
Right.
he can't self
I feel
create.
bad. He's done everything to get into the league, and I think he has a winner's mentality. He was a
Yeah,
winner in college. I don't have no problem with Jalen Wilson. I don't have no problem with Jalen Wilson, the guy. It's just you can't be in the NBA 2 seasons and have zero dunks.
You know what it is?
Not
His
Especially at
not
six
playmaking
foot
is
not
seven.
odd. His
not for a
playmaking
five,
has been
not for a
huge
forward.
downfall too. He's not a good playmaker. And last year he had opportunities. Let's not pretend that Jalen Wilson did not have opportunities multiple times last year to break out, and every time it was just bleh. Like he let go of his own opportunities last year. Like it's really his fault. He has nobody to blame but himself is because he had opportunities to rise up to the plate, and most times he was just
I
again
thought he was
rebound
gonna
here
be
or
a
a 3-point there.
lockdown defender.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be something
I
like
never
Josh
thought he
Hart.
was gonna be a lockdown defender.
You know why I thought he could be a good defender? Because amazingly he does rebounding.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, that's
And be
true.
and because of that I thought he
Landry
has
Fields.
enough physicality and enough enough to just move enough space to just get 6 to 8 rebounds a game. And I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he hasn't done that yet. But if you look at that's the thing I have to give them credit for. Just talking about the overall media day, they look they look more prepared than they've looked in years past, and just physically,
That's why
they
I think
just
they're
look.
gonna win more games.
Dayron and Clowney
I
looks
mean,
physically really good.
I
They
don't
look a
mind
lot
you building
stronger.
up. I don't mind them getting in the weight room, bro. Like I think a lot of them definitely should have got in the weight room. But the problem with that is you got to have a balance in today's NBA because you're gonna do a lot of running. You're gonna do a lot of lateral movement. A lot of the shit that you're doing ain't gonna involve like mostly your upper body because you ain't like you unless you just going in a basket all day on some Giannis shit. Like realistically, you going like everybody gonna have to switch. Everybody gonna have to run. Everybody gonna have to move laterally across the court. Everybody gonna have to guard side steps and step backs and all this other crazy shit that they doing nowadays, bro. Like so,
That's very important.
it's gonna be more on cardio. It's gonna be more on cardio and how your ligaments is lined up, bro. More so than your upper body. To me,
Well, they say
that's
Jordy gonna run them, and that Jordy's gonna like. They say that Jordy, in comparison to most NBA teams, the only team that has a rougher preseason and camp is the Miami Heat. So if that sounds good to me, but I don't know what it means in the long term.
Where's that
But
coming from?
Right.
What does that mean?
I could tell you what it means. It means a lot of the young niggas on this team is going to either going to break in half or they're going to continue to thrive.
You're gonna
That's
Well,
what's
you
going to
have to
happen.
you have to cut a few guys from this roster.
Where can
so
we get
that's what
some
happens to
Giannis
it.
built niggas that stay in shape, man? Like, why are we getting all these
Well, you
injury
got to remember,
prone
Giannis
ass?
wasn't Giannis
Giannis
when he was
wasn't Giannis
19.
when he
So,
came
All
here.
right, but
so
he still ain't deal with that much injury issue.
no, I mean he's
I
dealt with
don't know.
injuries
Yeah,
for the
that's
past
true
three
too.
That's
years,
just
bro.
the
Like
Nets.
the nigga only
It's,
played 2 playoff games in the last 3 years,
You
yo,
got to
bro.
yo,
remember
Lee,
that.
it's
That
it's
nigga was
not
injured in one series, came back the next one, and I think that was the year them niggas
nah.
won the
This is
shit.
Yeah, they
just
did
the
win
So
the
I
Nets.
championship.
mean, it is
LM.
what it
It's
is.
just the Nets. That's Sean Marks. That's this performance team. Like, when have
Right.
you heard somebody had jumpers knee before? Only the
Never.
Nets. Only
Yep.
Never.
Sean Marks
Yep.
and this
Yo,
organization.
We the Brooklyn
Who the fuck has a
Boys.
yo,
jumpers knee?
Nah, jumpers knee
I
is crazy though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, and
hold
the
on,
other
real
day we
quick,
was talking about it, right? Yo, how the fuck we had a player that was out for a month because of mono? He went to
Oh
one
boy.
strip club
Oh
and came
no.
home.
Not this
All right,
story
Nigga
hold
again,
said
Clyde.
jumpers,
on. You
knees,
said
Please.
and
that was
mono.
hold on.
Please.
Not this mono
On,
shit.
Guys,
You said
regain
that was facts.
control.
You said
It's
that was
only
facts.
us. It
Hold
really
on,
is
Pod.
only us, man.
Hold on. Let me go to Dylan and Easy real quick. Yo, I got Dylan Ness Press on a panel, and I got Easy. I'm gonna go to both y'all. Terrence Mann, you know what I'm saying? Him and Zaire was actually working out with Chris Johnson, and they were working out together. They were working out on plays, cutting, dribble handoffs, go diving to the cup, dunking, layups, mid range. They was working on everything. Chris Johnson thought they could be they
Chris
could give
Brickley
problems on
or
the
Chris
court together.
Johnson?
Chris Johnson, not Chris
What
Brickley, Chris
gym they
Johnson.
work out
So
of?
you know the little I forget, but it's the one that he be having like half court, and he got the little seat set up behind them, and they just working in the half court area.
Mm,
I don't know what
I,
joint that is, but
I'm
that's
not.
what they
I'm
was
not.
at. But Dylan,
I did
go
see
ahead.
the workout. I didn't pay attention to the gym, but that's
All right.
important,
But
man.
so
That's
yeah. So a lot of people too, Dylan and Easy, think Terrence Mann got something to prove this season. Think he has he will get an opportunity to prove that he can do more than what he's been doing. A lot of Clippers fans said that he didn't really get I don't want to say a fair chance, but he didn't get enough chances over there to do something. What y'all think about him and Zaire already working out together?
Who said that? Who said that nonsense? Somebody's drinking
Huh?
crack. Who said that nonsense? Somebody drinking crack because
Yo, that's
that
what
is.
Hey,
fans
whoa.
have been saying. That's
yeah.
what fans have been saying
How you
with him on the
drink
Clippers.
crack?
Nah,
Yo,
he drinking
Freeman,
crack,
that's
bro.
the answer to that, bro. Come on.
He said
Yo, bro,
he's
that was a.
drinking
They
crack.
said once they got once they got somebody on the Clippers, it was basically over for Terrence Mann. I forget who, but
That
that's
is
what they said.
insane. That is insane because I still remember the year Kawhi tore up his knee and Terrence Mann stepped in and did what he had to do. And then all from that point, it was up to Terrence Mann to develop and do his thing because they gave him a starting role and Terrence Mann
Uh-huh.
ain't do too much. So like I don't know where that came from, but the fans
Uh-huh.
gotta calm down. I don't think they're really watching the games. Like I said, you gotta be drinking crack. To prove something over here, you see,
Yeah.
now I don't know what that means. Like, what does that mean? He about to come on the court and drop like 40? Like, is that what's going on? Because when he was
I
on
don't know.
Clippers, his
He
role,
about to showcase something different. He got more to his game.
Enter
but
T-Man.
but you see, this is crazy. People be
Uh-huh.
wanting people to come to this team and all of a sudden just like develop some new game, bro. The man was so versatile on the Clippers. You can't automatically just lock him into what he was doing on the Clippers because his role changed a lot. So like he's a versatile player. So like I'm not expecting him to come here and drop 40. So like yo, listen, the fans need to calm the hell down, yo. Like we didn't even get into the regular season yet. That's what you asking, bro. Come on, bro. So,
Look at the
whichever
comment,
fans is
Easy.
that gotta calm down. They gotta calm
Look
down,
at
bro. They gotta
look at the
calm down.
comment, Easy. You see the comment? Player one comment. Address that.
Terrence Mann was never a point guard. So if you wanted him to run the offense, he was never going to get that. So that's number one. Number two, you could say certain years they used him wrong, but then like the team developed. They had a new roster every year. He fit into roles that they needed. One of the things that they really needed was a guard defender point attack. He served that really well. So I can't. Now, when they started to get like people like Chris Dunn and stuff like that, his role had to change. He had to sit the fuck back. But like, I mean, like I said, the role changed almost every year, and he rose to the challenge. Now, some years it's not good, but if Ty Lue is changed your role every year, and it's not in a way where you think you're ascending, you're going to get more usage rate and more directing time. You're just filling in the holes where Kawhi and PG couldn't fill into. Then I can't automatically put all that on my young boy, especially when I have, and then I'm gonna use everybody logic in here because when they hear an NBA player say something about another NBA player, all of a sudden that is gold, that is the Bible talk, that is gospel, that is God coming down and telling us all the words that we need to hear. That is damn near the fucking rapture. So I'm gonna use that logic. There's a lot of NBA players that vouch for Terrence Mann. So I ain't gonna do that right there. Whatever the fans is feeling, they gotta calm down, bro. The season ain't even start yet.
All
Easy.
right.
What kind of player is Terrence Mann though? Like, how would you describe him?
Versatile guard wing could guard 1 through 3. 3 is going to be a little shaky. Could handle the rock. 3-point shooter. I wouldn't say 3 and D, but you could put him in 3 and D role. Could slash to the basket kind of fast. You could switch him up with versatile lineups. You could have a small ball lineup and have a kind of a big lineup at the same time. So I say he could fill a lot of roles in a contending team. And then on I'll say like I don't want to say so. It's not a bad thing, but like a purgatory team, I would say he could fit more roles in a contending team. So I just see him as a valuable role player. I mean, to break it down in business terms, like on a team, I don't want to pay him more than 20 million, but he's a good 18 million player for my role players.
No, it's not a bad. It's not a bad assessment. He could be a decent role guy, and the good thing is he's making 15 mil the next 3 years. So I think most likely the Nets would use him as a trade chip if they're going after a big upgrade piece because his salary with another salary gives the Nets those pieces to eventually go after a bigger upgrade. So I think out of all the vets we could trade at the deadline, I wouldn't be surprised if they keep Mann because of the extra 2 years on his contract and wait for the right time to trade him. So that's where I kind of see his value. Like Easy said, he could be a decent bench piece. The goal, I think, eventually will be to trade him as part of a package to get a bigger upgrade. That's what I see from that perspective with Terrence Mann.
All right. Hey, Dylan, you there or nah? I see your mic's still muted.
Yeah, I'm here, man. What's going on, guys?
Yeah, what's good? What you think about Terrence Mann being here in Zaire? You know what I'm saying? Zaire second year here, and Terrence Mann saying like he has more to offer to you know what I'm saying, to his game. And fans think Terrence Mann does have more to his game. You know what I'm saying? So what you think about, and them two was working out with Chris Johnson, doing drills together. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to see some of the guys collaborating with one another, kind of getting the camaraderie together and starting to get a little bit of chemistry. Do I think Terrence Mann has a entirely new level to his game? Probably not. But does he have a chance to slightly improve based on his usage rate and minutes potentially? I don't see him turning into like a 6-man or a high caliber fourth option, but is he going to be a reliable role player that could be utilized on a contending team once we're ready? I would think so.
All right. What you think about Zaire?
I love Zaire, man. I've been a big Zaire guy since the moment we got him. I used to watch him when he was at Sierra Canyon in high school. So, I'm a big fan of his. So I'm glad to see him back. Do I think that there is an entirely new level to his game? Not at all. I think what he is this past season is what he is, which is a really reliable role player on any team that he's on.
All right.
You think he's reliable in a contending situation?
His confidence looks really good. If you saw Zaire today, he looks way more confident than he did a year ago. Like he looks ready to be a great role piece for a long-term future. Defensively gives you a lot of impact on that side. His three-point shot's better. His mid-range shot's still there, but he doesn't have to rely on it anymore. He's a cutter, a lob threat. Like Zaire can be that ultimate role guy for us, and I think this is a big year for him to validate his role at this point. He looks confident.
Hold on, John. So Dylan, you think Zaire could be a good piece on a real contending team, like not no
100%.
like Denver.
100%. I 100% think he could be.
I'm kind of down on him, but I can see the points, but I'm kind of down on him.
I don't. I don't think he has a position. I think he's kind of a tweener. I don't like his physical build. He has no shoulders.
He's 6'9" though, Pod, and he gave you a lot of defensive effort last year. I'm not surprised.
He ain't got no shoulders.
He
Right,
it's
yo,
weird.
that's wild.
He's
know,
weird. His head
he
is
does
as
have a
wide as
front.
his shoulders. It looks crazy.
Yo.
Wait, whoa, come on, Pod.
He got a small frame. He got a small frame, Pod. That's
He
what you
do
trying to
have
say.
a
He
small
got a small
frame.
frame.
Y'all act like I be making shit up, y'all. I tell y'all the truth, and y'all
Did
act
you
like
see him
I'm
lock
That
up
shit funny
Brandon
as hell,
Ingram a
though,
year
son. That
ago?
shit funny as
Wait,
hell.
wait,
That's
wait,
a
Pod. Did
that-
you see him lock up Ingram a year ago? Come on, man. He gave you a lot of defensive effort last year. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better.
Ingram
Played
is
with
the
a lot of
same,
energy.
come from the same scarecrow tribe in Africa as
Whoa, what? Are we in alternate universe?
He's
he
He is
Ingram
skinny
has
though.
the nerve
He
to have
is.
no
He's got a
shoulders
funny
and
shape.
he's hunchback. But
is he?
nah, these dudes are placeholders.
I agree.
The job is to get AJ DeBansa,
He is
Cam
skinny
Boozer,
though.
or Darren Peterson.
All
These
right. So
these
what's
dudes
the
is just holding.
so what's the beat?
Bro, not this top three thing again, bro.
What's
No,
the
How about,
what's
how
the
about
beat
Hold
two
that,
this
day,
week?
not
hold
to
on,
two?
hold on,
Two
hold
day.
that talk,
bro.
Mark. You already
Bro,
know
just
I'm
let me
good for
cook
the
them
talk, but hold
delicious
that talk
potatoes,
real
bro.
quick.
Get ready.
Hold that, right?
Okay, my bad, my bad.
Yeah, we
I
gonna
was
go
going
to,
left.
we
My
gonna
bad,
go
my
to.
bad.
You good, you good. You already know how we get down with the college folks. You know what I'm saying? But hold on. I want to talk about Trayor because Diego is hurt. So we're gonna talk about Trayor and Buffkin. And I read somewhere that I seen somewhere, if anybody's seen that they really think the Nets hit a home run with Kobe Buffkin. I said it on
I
the
think so
last
too.
podcast. The Pacers was trying to get him. They was trying to pair him with Nimhard, and we stole him from the Pacers. Now
Yeah,
a
I
lot
think
of
he good.
and a lot of what I read was they think he can be a key contributor on this team with his scoring ability. So
Yeah, he can
anybody can
score.
answer. Trayor and Kobe Buffkin. What y'all think about them two?
This
Yes.
is really
I want to
important.
see it.
I need y'all to hear me on this. I've been
All right.
tweeting this all. I've been tweeting this since they traded for Kobe Buffkin. Kobe Buffkin is our future backup point guard. They're laying out the
Dun dun
blueprint.
dun.
They're
Wow.
laying out the blueprint.
Wow.
And
Oh my
Nolan
god.
Traore is our starting point guard. And I think what they want to do is play a 2-point guard lineup with Diego on the other end.
Oh my god.
I like
Oh my
listening to
god.
them talk today because the both of them know themselves. I hate when players don't know themselves. Like sometimes they'll ask Cam Thomas a question and he'd be like, "Yeah, my defense is good. What are you talking about?" That's a player who don't know himself.
Bruh, stop it. When Cam Thomas said that? Stop it.
Oh, no. Oh, my God.
Today,
You already
You're so
know, Bob. That
fucking
was
Oh my
legend.
god. Oh my god.
Did you know Nolan
today,
Traore
yo,
agrees? Come
Yeah,
on.
Bree.
Come on.
yo, funny.
I know y'all don't like what I be saying, but it's the truth.
Well, I never heard Cam Thomas say that. I never
I never
heard.
heard him.
He
I
said
never
it
heard him.
today. He said it like
Oh,
this. He said, they asked him, "Yo, what do you think about the people saying that your scoring is empty calories and and that your defense is not good?" He's like, "I don't listen to other people telling me about my defense. I know what I was putting in. I had the team 6-6 before I got hurt. We were six. No. He said we were 5th, 6th in the league at that time. And
Bro, he's
before I
still
got
saying
hurt,
that bullshit. He's still believing that bullshit.
We're talking about
Yo,
Cam
that's not the
Thomas.
first time he said it either.
Boy, this
yo,
is insane, my nigga. This is
He really
fucking
thinks.
insane.
yo.
Wait, is this about Cam?
Yeah, Cam Thomas said it.
I don't think he
Yeah,
said that
bro.
today. Did he say that today? I didn't hear him say that.
Yeah, I just told you exactly how he said it. He said, He
He
they
did
they
something
He
asked
does
him.
have a track record. He said
No,
that
no,
last
he
time
said he
though.
said he was upset that NBA media was
JP wanted to
falsifying him. That's what he
Right.
said. He said he
So
was upset NBA was falsifying him.
even that
he
means
wanted.
when
I
the
know he
NBA
could find the
media
clip.
says
He
if
find the
he
clip.
says the
Whoa.
NBA media is falsifying him, and like you said, that's your word, not mine. If
Well,
he
that's what
said
he
that,
said. That's his language. He used the word falsifying.
right?
He
So
used
if
that.
that then what are they falsifying? Nobody's saying he can't score. Nobody's
It's
is saying
it's
that
about
he's
the
not
ball
an
hog
elite
thing.
scorer.
It's
They're
about the ball
saying
hog narrative. That's what he was talking
they're
about.
The
saying you don't
fans
play.
said that. The fans said that, not the organization. The fans said that shit.
Well, Zach Lowe said that. Zach Lowe, if we want to give a
Zach
name,
Lowe
Zach Lowe said that. He
Hold
said
on,
he's a
hold on,
ball
hold
hog.
on, hold on,
And
hold on,
most
John.
of the rest of
Real quick, PT.
NBA
Real quick, PT.
intelligentsia. But
Real quick,
Hey,
PT.
yo,
When MPJ got traded to the team, bro, there was memes coming out the wazoo from all the fans. Who gonna chuck more, MPJ or Cam Thomas? That is not the organization. That is strictly the fans, my nigga. That got
yeah,
nothing to do with Brooklyn. That
yeah,
got nothing to do with Brooklyn.
yeah,
That is on him and the fans, bro. Don't be throwing other people in a mess that don't got nothing. Don't give me a case that I don't need to be a Cody on, bro. Don't do
but
that,
nobody
bro. What
gave
we
him that
doing,
case
bro?
though. That's not
Yo,
the
Claude Smith.
that's not the case that they
I don't
gave him.
think
They gave him they get the case that they gave him is that he's 6'2". He doesn't move very well laterally. His defense is suspect.
And he's
That's
not athletic. Those are the
that's
things holding him back.
Those
he's an
aren't
All right,
laws though. Like
Yeah, those are truth. Those are truths. He's
hold on.
not
Those are
tall. He
truths.
plays no
Hold
defense.
on,
He's not athletic.
hold
Those
on.
are three truths you can't dispute about
yeah,
him.
nah. Go back. Hold on about Cam real quick. Go back to Kobe and Trayor.
Yeah, let's
oh
bring it back
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Bring
let's
it back
resettle.
here.
Let's resettle. Let's resettle.
Yes.
Sorry about that, but yeah, Kobe to me is a play like my boy Kool Aid has been telling me to watch Kobe for a minute. Before he got hurt, he only played 24 games last year. We haven't really seen him, but when I saw him in summer league, I was like, "Yo, I forgot about this kid," and I think he was 19-8 in summer league. And when the 2 games that I saw him play, he was killing. And I'm sure the Nets saw that. And that's probably why they targeted him. They had to give him up. They got too many people over there, especially at point guard. And their point guard is gonna play 40 minutes anyway.
I
But
think he got a Jawan Howard connection or something like that.
Yeah,
I
he
think
yeah,
one
does.
of
That
the
was his
he
coach. He was
played
his
at
coach in
Michigan.
college. Good mention, Breeze.
Let, let,
He played at Michigan. So there's a familiarity there. But when
Hmm.
you see the way that they're talking and even the way that they're pairing people up, they're they're kind of like having people who are going to share the court together. And I could tell like Nolan, it's not just the plantar fasciitis, and that's like when you tear um or you like stretch a ligament underneath your foot, and then I have it right now. As a matter of fact, it's like you
Oh,
get this like
damn.
knot underneath your foot. But I don't think his is bad like that. I think his is just something he's gonna have to deal with over the year and hope that it goes away.
They said torn though, Pod. So that's a little anything
If it's
torn. That's always a
if it's
worry.
torn,
then it's worse
Yeah.
than you
I
think.
think he has a tear. Torn
Yeah,
would
he has a
be
tear.
Well, they
it,
use different words. Tear, torn. They
No, there's a difference
didn't
between the
specify. They
two.
didn't specify though about
Torn
that.
means he's going to be
torn
out.
means he's 6 months out.
Yeah, he's out. Tear means he can, you know,
Right.
hold,
he can come back.
hold on though. Hold on though. Let's pass the pill to Breezy because he been here. He ain't gonna have a word in. So let's pass the ball to
But
Breezy.
the
Breezy,
last part I wanted to say before
yeah,
Breezy
yeah.
goes is the thing that I like the most about watching Nolan Traore and Yegor Gelman talk was that they understood what their games are. They like Diego was like, I'm the fastest. I was the fastest dude in the draft. He said it openly. That means when a player says I'm fast like that, and he understands himself. That means he understands his go-to skill. Yegor said the same thing. He's like I'm gonna be able to pass these guys. I got a lot of guys who can score. It's gonna be my job to kind of get them from different positions, get them ready to go. But what I have to do is I have to get stronger. once he said that I have to get stronger shit, that means they're gonna be playing him on the wing. That means he's gonna have to play a whole lot more physical game and to be able to take advantage of his height. That is great fucking news to hear two players that they just drafted understand what their go-to skills are and what they got to work on. Like
Yeah,
I
but
was impressed with that.
go ahead. Well, you can say they kind of like played in a league already. They played overseas with grown people, you know. So yeah, they know. They know.
Last time him and Nolan played, Nolan and Yegor played. Nolan gave Yegor 45.
Yeah,
He definitely did.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this is definitely Nolan's opportunity now. If Jaeger has to miss any time, let's give this kid a shot. I think he's got the speed factor. It's just, can he create a more consistent jump shot and control his speed? I think once he figures that out, I mean, Nolan could be the surprise of our draft, really. I think he has so much untapped potential. It's just, can he be consistent enough? But he definitely has
You know what,
opportunity
Pod?
now with the
I
Jaeger
think he
stuff.
was all. I was kind of not off it, but I was kind of like they might run him at the point because that's naturally what he plays like. But
Yeah.
I feel like in order for it to make sense, it would make sense if later on in the season or probably around like All Star, I wouldn't be surprised if Nolan is at the point and Diego is at the three. If
That could be possible.
if they
Yeah,
split it that like that.
that's where the way I would do it. But the way they seem to be doing it is like they're gonna make it where Yegor is the shooting guard, and they'll probably try to graduate Drake Powell eventually into that three small forward role, which I think is a mistake. I think he should be playing that
The
Lou
two,
Dort role, like the what Lou Dort does for OKC. That's what Drake Powell should be doing for the Nets,
That's
and
very interesting, Pod. That's
yeah,
very interesting.
um similar players, but like I said, it's all between the ears, and if he's going to be healthy with Drake Powell, he's more talented than them, he's more physically gifted than them. He 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 uh he's a natural, point of attack defender, and if he's gonna be right, and if he has the talent to be a scorer too, which is the other thing. Like they were saying, oh, he doesn't have much of a bag, and that's not true. You didn't see
he
it at, I
really
I
mean,
think he
you
could
don't.
didn't
be a
see it at
solid. He could
North
be a solid
Carolina.
2-way player. Yeah, definitely.
He
I'll give
could
him that.
definitely be a solid two-way player because he's just physically imposing. He's not a
No.
player that you're gonna have to wait for him to get strong or whatever. I mean, he's gonna get stronger, but look at him. Like,
I think the interesting part about him, the mostly, bro, is this his effort. Like, I mean,
Right.
it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that's like you could just you don't have to really run anything for him, bro. Like, I think he just gonna go. He seemed like a go get it type of player to me.
yeah,
He
You know what I'm
does.
saying?
He's
So,
got
like, I
athletic
mean,
ability, so
and when you have that, when you already have the height and the motor and the athletic ability to go forward, you basically 3/5 of the way, bro, into your NBA, into being a complete NBA athlete. You know what I'm saying? All the rest of the stuff is gonna come with like skill and offensive talent, elite offensive talent, elite defensive talent, things like that. Learning how to play make, learning how to play in systems, learning how to play out of double teams, this, that, and the third, all that other stuff. But that's gonna come through time if he ever make it that far. But at minimum, I think he could be a solid 2-way player.
Leaf, if there was a comp you could give a Drake Powell if he hits his ceiling, would it be, like you said, a Lou Dort, an Alex Caruso, or a Herb Jones? Which one of those players do you think he could hit his ceiling with if he does get this consistent
Do y'all think
minutes?
he could score? Because y'all keep on putting people who are just strictly 3 and D or like struggling to
Yeah, yeah,
score.
well,
Like
yeah,
y'all
well,
think
He
he
can
could?
yeah.
score.
I was about to, easy. I'm glad you actually said that.
so
I think his floor is Herb Jones.
his
Oh,
floor is
wow.
Lou Dort. Lou Dort is 11 and 7, like, or
I,
11 5 and 6. That
He
I
can't
think
be
he better
7.
than that.
He got to be
Nah, I
he
5.
don't.
could be better
Nah,
than that. I think
I,
for
I
sure.
think he.
He's not gonna
I
do
think.
it this year. He's not gonna do it this year, but by next year, year after, especially if he gets minutes this year, he's gonna be a nice and tidy 17, 18 points a game,
Yeah, with the
2
health
steals.
and everything, bro. Yeah, I give you that. But right now, I look at him and Herb. I look at him and Herb Jones. I look at them niggas like cell phones, bro. Like it was just one just came after the other, bro. Like Herb Jones, obviously, bro. Like that's what I look at it as, bro. I think Drake Powell is basically the second the finished furnished made copy. It's like a iPhone 16. Oh shit, an iPhone 17 came out. Oh damn, all
You
right,
know
cool.
why I say
Wait. Hold
no?
on, hold on,
Because
hold on.
Herb Jones didn't come into the NBA shooting 40% from three. Drake Powell
Yeah,
shot
that's when
40% from three at UNC. Like
Wait. I just gotta ask this question, bro.
That's why I'm calling him that.
I have to ask this a two-part question. What's his height and wingspan? And are you telling me he's that great
he's
of a defender?
He's 6'6" with a 7-foot
yep.
wingspan,
And he could guard 1 through 4, I believe. 1 through 4.
and he's probably the most
Not
athletic player on this team. If he
Yeah,
wasn't,
he is.
no, he's the
injured.
most
But y'all talking
athletic player.
Herb Jones.
He
That's an
is
all
by
NBA
by
defender right
far the
there.
most athletic.
By far the
He's
most
definitely
athletic
the
player.
most athletic person
Wait,
on this
Yeah,
team.
I don't
he's
even. I'll be honest
he
with you.
got
I
defensive
don't
player
even
of the
think it's
year
close.
for he got defensive
hold on.
player of the year for North Carolina. Like the team voted him defensive player of the year. And
So he's that
he's
good on defense then. He's that good.
he
Yeah,
Like,
he
he's
had,
Yeah,
he
that
had,
good.
Yeah,
And
he's
yeah.
that
and
hold
in
on,
He
and
got
in
Easy.
high
long
school,
arms. He got
real
in
quick.
high
Hold
long
on,
school
arms.
he
Easy.
was a 30-point per game player. Like in high school he got busy. When I saw him in high school, I thought I was looking at young Kawhi.
Wait, hold on.
Wow. Whoa.
Wait. Real quick.
Hold on,
So real quick, just let
hold,
me just get
hold
2
on,
minutes.
Easy. I
So
got you. He had like
real quick,
that
Ice.
shit about
So
right. He had like 30. He had like 22. Go ahead.
real quick.
Go ahead.
So Monty Kamara came into Portland Trailblazers. He immediately changed the defense. Now there's a lot of great defensive pieces, but the minute he came to the league, he was already considered damn near all NBA defensive player. Is that what we're saying about Drake Powell?
He has the
He
he
has the
has
ability.
to be
potential.
Does
healthy
he
though.
have the
Gotta
mentality?
be
He
available.
has the
What
I
I'm
think.
potential.
I
what
think.
I'm
I think.
what I'm
If it's
telling you is the measurement.
physical wise, bro, I think he already has all the attributes physically, bro.
Yeah,
Like in
yeah.
terms of the archetype.
Like
Don't he got a
the
7-foot
things you can
wingspan?
measure. Hold on a second. The things you can measure is what is the stuff that I look at. Like I look at the wingspan more than I look at the height.
Yeah, that
With that
wingspan.
height, but him
I
being
agree.
6'6", with that 7-foot wingspan, yo, what can he not do? And he had the most athletic performance overall, not just the 43-inch vertical, not just the 30-inch standing jump. Like this dude did the shuttle run, like was like third in the shuttle run. Like he's a beast. It's all between the ears with him. Is he gonna be a goofy anime watching kid who plays video
Wait,
games who
what?
plays Roblox on the road? If that's who he is, he may not reach that potential. But what you can measure, he has it all.
Yeah, if he
Nah,
puts it,
Pod, you might be off that, bro. You might be off. If he has that personality, I feel like that's fine. But
I
majority of the cases,
I might be
off
saying it wrong.
the court, right? Because realistically, if he is into that, he watches Dragon Ball Z, that nigga might be totally locked in on the court on some Goku type shit,
Exactly,
where
bro.
he
So
like,
that means he's staying out of these
nigga,
New York clubs. That means he's staying out
word,
of
like he might be
sapphires, bro.
locked in on the
That means
court.
you won't catch
I
him like
think
you caught
Yo,
like he won't
I
get caught
thought
lacking
that.
like Rodion's Caruso got caught lacking, bro. Like so, like I
I
mean,
thought
so
that.
I'm
But
Yo.
have y'all heard?
Haven't
I
heard
Hold
see
on.
that name
some.
in a long time. Haven't heard that name in a long time.
Yo,
you know what I'm
what's his
saying.
Have
name?
So
y'all?
I
That
mean,
that
but
fighter did that shit too. What's his name? Asanya or something like that. He do that shit too, and he was a great fighter. Not that was, but he is a great fighter. What's his name?
No,
Adesanya.
it's
no,
a
but
different
Yeah, I
Adesanya.
know what you're
generation for
talking about.
I
sure.
know you're
what
Like
talking
Pod
about.
was
But
saying
Adesanya.
is
I
if
mean,
he
yeah,
gonna
But
but
the thing
PT
is, he had
if
the
if
lowest
he into
usage
that
rate.
stuff, bro, that means he
That's
not
a
getting
good sign.
involved
I'm
That's a good
word.
into none
sign.
of the BS, bro. Like MPJ, as long as MPJ don't lead none of these young dudes down the wrong road in the next 2 years, bro,
Oh
I'm cool.
boy.
I don't need a Fugazi, high yellow brethren on this team, bro. Just leading
You
these
got it
young
right.
players
Leaf,
down the
don't
wrong
worry.
path. I
Sean
said
Marks
what I
had.
said, man. Hold
Wait,
on.
Wait. What did
Hold on.
MPJ do, bro?
Hey,
What's going on? What he did, bro?
Hold on.
What's going
Hold
on?
on. Hold on, real quick. Drake Powell had what is it at? 26 steals and 25 blocks at North Carolina, 37 games.
Everybody know that, but I just don't lead.
I'm
I
telling
just
you.
don't need a veteran up in here leading these
Oh,
players down the wrong path.
Leaf, you don't have to worry. Leaf, you don't have to worry. Sean Marks had an emergency good character meeting with MPJ, and he understood everything he said, and it went through one ear out the other. So don't worry, MPJ's good now. Don't
What
worry.
does
He
that
had a good
mean,
character
bro? Like,
meeting with
what did
Marks.
he do?
Easy. The
MPJ
last
gonna
thing
go
I
right
want y'all
back
to
down
know
the.
The
about
biggest
Drake
voice should be the
Powell
head
is
coach, not the players. Anyway, the biggest voice should be the head coach, not the players.
But for right now, I agree with what Breezy just said. If Yegor is or no, we're not going to be those leaders. I agree with that for now. That it's Jordy, but hopefully one of those guys could be a leader. Because you need that.
I
You need
agree.
that
I
voice.
agree. I
that
agree with
leadership in
what
the gym.
Breezy said too. But like, that's only the case if you don't have no veterans on the team at all.
Hold on. We got one more player, then we could you know what I'm saying, talk about whatever. In the
What
last
player?
20 minutes. But Fambo.
Oh yeah.
Fambo got signed today. I seen news he was signed like last month, but they say he finally came today and got signed, right? And in his interview, he says he's trying to change the narrative for the Chinese folks that's out here, the stereotyping, because he is like
Talk that shit.
6'10", 6'11", athletic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Chinese players ain't like that. So he trying to change that stereotype for the Chinese. And it also said, somebody also said, another Chinese player said that they was told that because they're Chinese, they're not good enough to play in the NBA. So I guess that's what he's talking about too. And what y'all think about that? Anybody can answer.
What you got on that, Ice? I want to know your
Yeah,
thoughts
let's
on
hear
it.
from you at Scout Mo. Come
Yo,
on.
Fambo got skills. Like he's not, you know what I'm saying? Like he had to work on his game when he played for G League Ignite. But since he went back to China and now he's coming back, bro,
Yeah.
he got skill. He got legit jab step, pull up, one dribble, pull up, crossover spin, you know what I'm saying? Dunk on you type shit. You know what I'm saying? For Asian Chinese dude. And I don't like to say that, but for him, and you know, Asian dudes are not athletic. They're not as skilled as, you know, most American players, but he's kind
He
of different.
is.
But
He
he
is.
got to beat out Grant Nelson for that spot, right?
Yeah, he got beat out Grant, but he different though. He is
Okay.
like
He
different. He got a little bit of
Nice.
handle. He got a little bit of wiggle to his game.
He can shoot well.
He shoots well. He could get putbacks, one hand putback, two hand putbacks.
He plays
You know what I'm
above the
saying?
rim.
He's a
Plays
little
above the
bit
rim.
different. So he said he's trying to break the stereotype for the Chinese players. You know what I'm saying? Represent,
Yeah.
and
Well,
hopefully
he's
he gets a 2-way
6'10".
contract.
He's 6'10".
Yeah,
Hold
now
on, but
most times, hold on. Most times you do like Yao Ming was a unicorn. Like they don't get big Chinese players. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most times they guards. So he can change the narratives. If anybody was going to do it, it's the Nets. Not to be long-winded, it's a big panel, but I just want to say I'm glad he got the contract, and I see the potential. I think that Juwan Howard could help somebody like Fambo get to the next level. But go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, but I was gonna say if
I
that's
think
the
he's only
case,
signed for the trip, and that's it. I
yeah,
think after the
I
trip,
ain't gonna lie, I
if
might
you're
have
not
to agree with
averaging 30 in China, you're not for real. You're not an NBA player.
Fambo about to be
exactly.
Oh
MVP in
man.
China. These 2
I'm
games, he's about
sorry.
to be
He
MVP,
got
guys.
nice
Watch
film
this.
though. I'm not gonna lie.
About
He
2
looked like
more.
he looking like Sengun in the film, but
Sangoon?
Saying going in
but
the film,
he
damn.
Whoa.
but I know that's not real. That's in China. Like if you playing for the Guangdong Tigers, that film doesn't translate.
Exactly.
And
No, but
so
we got a
he's
two-way,
for
open,
the
so he might make
Yeah.
the G League team.
No, he should be on a
trip.
2-way, though. He should be on the 2. I'd be shocked
He
if he's
made
not on a 2-way.
the last time he played in the G League, he was only averaging 22 minutes, bro. Like, get him back overseas.
Oh, damn, Leave. You are
Damn.
just so hard on some of these guys, man.
I
Bro,
am,
hey,
bro.
we can
I
have
gotta
two.
be,
We can
bro.
have
Like,
two stretch
I'm
goals, bro.
I'm
I'm
not
with it.
accepting mediocrity, bro. Like, I'm
Bro,
not.
Wait, we
my
haven't
thing
seen him
is, hold
play.
on. Listen. Well, this is why I like being big optimism, bro, because I never seen these guys play in the
Right.
NBA. I'd rather
Right.
give them the opportunity to give them the grace because I never seen them play. Let them play. If they bad, then I won't say nothing when y'all trashing them. But at the end of the day, to make it seem as if of someone being vocal on media day saying I want to change the narrative, I'm not overlooking that. That guy is serious. He got something to prove, bro. Like
Right.
he got probably cousins here, not to be funny, but just Chinatown right down the block.
Yep.
Like he could, you know what I mean? He probably got family in the hood.
Listen,
Chinatown,
and guess what? So do all the other players that we drafted, bro. Like we done drafted every ethnicity.
Come on, yo.
We done drafted every ethnicity in the book, bro. Like, come on, bro. I'm with PT
Chinatown
on
is
this.
a bridge away.
I'm with
Yeah,
PT on
just
this,
saying.
bro.
That's
If you
right.
ain't putting up 30 in the China
That's
League, bro,
right.
like I don't really care
Man's
for you,
bridge
bro.
at
I'm
that.
sorry.
How you say homies in Chinese, man?
Wait, what?
Piato,
oh shit,
Piato or something. I don't know.
Nah, but
oh
you
shit,
don't think you can
tried
play in
it,
the
you
G League
tried it.
though? Like the G League, bro?
He only
Like,
averaged 22 minutes.
Yeah,
We need Ice to debate
I
Leaf on
think
this. Ice, go Ice.
nah, I'm just
I
saying.
think
I'm just
he's
saying.
a
Like,
Oh, y'all trying
star.
to get
He's
China
a
to
star in
y'all trying to
China.
shut down,
Like
boy.
if I'm him, I'd rather be in China than be playing around in the G League. But yeah, he'll probably make it in the G League if he wants to stay out here
He
and
should be on the
try to
two-way
get to the
spot.
big.
There's nobody else we should give it to except him right now. I think this guy has a case to actually build something in Brooklyn. Like this is about finding the next Brooklyn net. I think he's going to prove that he should be on this team at least. Like
And we
that's what
went
I
all the way
see.
to China to do it.
No, that's Joe Desai trying to promote the Chinese relations or something. That's all Joe Desai.
Bro,
It's not Bambo.
bro, hold up. No. Let's be realistic about what this is, bro.
hold on. He went undrafted, right? He went
Right.
undrafted. He was a nice high school kid. They was already scouting him. He went undrafted. He went to G League Ignite. He didn't do too well. He went and worked on his game in China, and now he's coming back because he got hurt. But there were NBA teams still scouting him when he was over there. So
Yeah,
now
but I
he
think he
came
was
back
only
to Brooklyn
averaging
Nets.
like 18 in China. If you
Yeah.
This
only
just sound like
averaging
the
18
that
in
just sound like
China,
the 2K26 storyline right now.
yeah, but he
Yo,
has
That's what it sound like.
Yo,
That's what
he
it
has
sound like
Yo,
to me.
LM, you cook, LM. You keep cooking, bro.
yo.
He has
No, but
potential.
that's what happened though. So it happens to players, like players go overseas, but they were interested in him though. A lot of there were certain teams that were
Ice.
interested in him. You
My-
know?
So
my-
hold on. What about
hold up. I
Wasabi
gotta say this.
Watanabe? Y'all ain't had no love for Wasabi Watanabe?
Yo,
No.
Utah was awesome, man.
Uh-uh.
For 10
Nah,
games,
nah,
he was awesome.
But
Yuta the shooter?
Ice.
Nobody was
Yo.
saying Yuta the shooter. Y'all was shooting
yo,
on
I
the
was not saying that. No.
where's
Listen.
Yuta the shooter now?
Listen.
I don't think
Ice.
Yuta Watanabe was anybody's
He
favorite
played for
player.
Japan.
Yeah.
You played for Japan.
Ice.
That's right.
He was
Listen.
Kevin
I got
Durant's favorite player, LM.
I got it. Hold up.
Yeah,
I got it. Hold up. I gotta say this, bro,
I'm
because
listening.
the reality is that, bro. The kid that got picked by Portland, that Portland stole in like 16 in the draft, and he went up that high. Basically, bro, Fanbo is basically like us it's basically the front office telling the fans, yo, we wanted him realistically, but we're gonna settle for this.
Nah,
That's what that is.
I don't believe that, Lee.
That's
Wait,
that's
I don't believe
that's
that,
what
Lee.
I
That's
see,
two
bro.
different
Like
positions.
y'all
That's
can
two
tell me
different
something.
positions.
Y'all can tell me something different. That's fine, bro. But listen, that's what I see, bro. Like when I look at this shit, bro. Like,
Leaf.
see
By the end of the season, Fambo will be your favorite player on this team.
oh my god.
Yo,
He said Fanbo will be my favorite player on his team, bro.
I'm telling you,
That's
that'll be amazing.
highly bold, bro. Like I ain't gonna
Yo,
lie
we
to
better
you.
get blessed in this draft
you
because
don't know
look what we
what
got
kind
to
of
talk
words you open
I
up
ain't
with
gonna
that,
lie
bro.
to you,
The
bro.
man
Like
wanted Yago
This team
on
is
the team,
interesting,
bro. If
man.
Fanbo is the best player, bro, that means Yago ain't the bro. You about to have
You know, there's some sarcasm in what I said. Easy, like, come on, man.
He didn't say
no,
that.
bro.
He didn't say he's the best player.
I see it already. Leaf is gonna go crazy in the season if he doing good and Yago doing bad. Leaf is losing his mind, bro. I don't want
No,
to deal with
Diego
that
is
again,
going
bro.
down
What
to
if
the
Fanbo
wait. Hold up.
MPJ?
Time out. How did this turn into goddamn Easy telling me what I'm gonna be, bro? Like if something happened, bro. Like what is going on?
You know that's
So,
a fact, though.
Wait. Say what you wait. So hold on. Say that again, bro, because I'm focusing on
That's what
something.
you do. That's what you try to tell me what I'm gonna be. So Easy can
Breeze, hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. I'm gonna get
you
you.
a
Hold
taste of
on,
your
Breeze.
own medicine. He gave you a
Breeze,
taste
this
of your
ain't
own
about
medicine.
you, bro. Hold on, bro.
No, it's
Listen.
about you.
Yeah, it is, and I'm trying to ask the question of the person that delivered the message. Easy, bro. Say what you just said again, bro. You said if who go do what?
If Fanbo is doing better than Yegor this season, you are throwing a table at the computer. You are ripping a wall down. You are
Yeah.
fucking something up, bro. And I just
I'm
don't
not.
want that. I don't want you to
I'm
go through
not.
that this season, bro.
I'm not doing no such thing. You know
That's
why?
not what
Because
he does.
No,
What he
someone
does
say
I'm
is
this
not. I'm
he's
not
gonna
doing no
say
such
this
thing.
never
Because
happened.
hold up,
He
didn't
gonna
we
be
just
like,
say
yo,
yeah?
pull the receipts. Where the receipts at? It
Didn't
never
we?
happened.
Hold
Yo,
up.
should have
Bad
saved this
receipts.
pod till
Wait a
later.
minute.
Plenty of
Hold up.
Receipts
receipts.
Time
is
out.
bad.
Plethora of
Receipts is bad.
Time out. Didn't we just say Yegor had an injury coming into the season, bro?
Yep.
Why is we what?
Yes.
So what is so that means Fanbo is available, bro. Like and Yegor is not. What is going on here, bro? Like, bro. Obviously, bro. Like, if Fanbo do better than Yegor this year, that means we're tanking. That's what
Bruh,
it means.
Land.
saying,
We
what I'm
tanking
saying to
regardless.
you,
We
Well,
what
tanking
I'm saying
regardless,
to
my
you,
brother.
what I'm saying to you is when I was doing the ISO earlier, you was like, yo, you gonna be grieving if Cam Thomas get traded. And what I'm saying is Easy did the same thing to you. I said he giving you a taste of your own medicine. That's all I said. Now, that being said, bro, you don't like no players on the team. That's cool with me. I'm
That's not
saying
true.
you
That's
like
not true. That's
all
not
right,
true.
so look, hold on. What I'm saying is more negativity than anything. And I'm just saying a lot of fans pull my Nets fan card and say this and that and the third, but at least I'm being optimistic. Now, don't make it seem like I don't call it like it is. It's media day. We all see what's going on. Now, at the end of the day, Cam Thomas is in a situation where he speaks on how he's trying to give players as a player, he want power. I want to be in this situation. So, I'm saying all of this to say, bro, I made my point on not Cam Thomas, but the way Sean Marks handle contracts. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with Jared Allen. Like these players have become more vocal about being business savvy with the franchises. It ain't about me trying to argue with you, bro. I've been trying to get to that point. That's it, though.
Look, all I'm gonna
makes
say is,
sense.
listen, it makes sense, bro. Like it. Listen, I'm not ruling it out at all, bro. Like, listen, what happens happens, but we got to understand what we going after, bro, or what at least what the front office is going after. They going after a pick, a quote unquote, somewhere. I don't really give a damn because I'm all out on it, bro. Because the league done already told us how they feel. They're like, all right, yo, y'all ain't getting your pick that y'all want to get, man. The end of story.
We didn't
But
So
tank
hold on,
properly.
but what I'm
We
saying
didn't
is,
tank properly though last
so
year. You
hold
guys
I don't
on,
want to
so
hear that
listen,
tank properly
hold
shit,
on,
bro.
hold on,
I
My
so
don't want to
head,
hear
hold on.
that.
What I'm
my
saying is,
head.
what I'm
Oh,
saying
You
is,
know it's too soft.
I'm at odds with fans
Ain't
that
nothing
think
true
just
about it.
because we don't get a top 3 pick, we won't
What
win.
odds? We feel
That's the
six.
fans I'm at odds with. I'm at odds with those fans that think we
Yeah,
not
you got to
going
talk to the
like
tankers,
these.
bro.
You at
Yeah, no,
odds with
I'm just
me.
saying, like,
yeah.
yo,
Yeah, we had
let's see
odds.
them play before we say anything, even if the script is to, you know what I'm saying, try to get in a lottery pick for next season.
So
Even if
so let
that's
me get
what it
this
is.
right, Breezy.
The
Let
second
me
that we got
so
rid of
let me get
Mikel,
this right,
bro, the
Breezy.
fan base was divided into groups
And
of three.
Scott.
I told you that.
Go ahead.
Hold on a second, Leaf. Let me get this straight. Y'all mean to tell me that y'all can't tell that the entire 21-man roster as it currently stands of the
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn Nets, that there's not one dude on that team that's as good as Darren Peterson? You mean to tell me y'all don't know that? Y'all can't
Oh,
watch
Well,
I
film?
like
I
Darren
didn't say that.
Peterson.
I said to y'all, it's a lottery. And I was right about that in my estimations because we got the 8th pick. Regardless
No,
of why,
no,
Because we
you
didn't
but
tank properly.
regardless of
What
why,
it
it's still an
was.
8th pick. And what I'm
how do you
saying is the
how
Brooklyn.
do
Hold
you
on, hold on.
see
What I'm not saying. Hold on, I'm not debating you. I'm not debating you, part. I'm saying regardless of what they script is, they're wrong for wasting Cam Thomas opportunities to be for him to excel and get to the next level. They wrong for that.
Oh, here
That's
we go
my
again.
that.
We got
But
it.
so,
Here we
bro,
go.
and on that note, this is not only a situation familiar with the Brooklyn Nets. Look around, watch, listen to ex players on how they talk about the business and how they had to deal with franchises. Listen to Jeff Teague.
Yeah,
Listen
that's
to
that's
Are
that's
we putting
definitely.
player development blame on the front on the player development team, or are we gonna put it on the coach? Because
Well,
realistically, I think the player development team, yes, does play a part. But at the same time, you as a player, I feel you should recognize in you what you should be getting better at over the next few years. It's not always
You
on
know
the
what
player
it is,
development
LM?
team.
I blame Kobe. I blame Kobe Bryant.
Kobe
Cause
Bryant made
Co-
Cam Thomas be
Wait,
bad
wait,
on
wait, wait, wait. Let him
cause
defense.
cook. Let him
Come
cause
cook.
on.
Let him
Kobe
cook.
Wait, let him
Bryant
Let him
finish. Let
cook.
me finish. Let him
Let him cook.
finish.
Let him
Kobe
cook.
Bryant fucked up the heads of those kids who were born in '03,
Thank
'02,
you.
'04.
Cook up.
He
Cook
fucked
the
their
Bro,
fuck up.
minds up. Cause you're a little kid, you're not watching him play defense. You're not watching all NBA defense, Kobe. That's not even in your mind. You're just every time he comes down, he scores. And you know that's Cam Thomas. And he was in Japan. Nobody was there to tell him that he has to play defense in Japan. He was watching
bruh,
Kobe.
he was born in Japan, bro. Stop.
Bro,
He
but
he
Kobe played defense though, bro.
he didn't
Oh
watch
my
Kobe
God.
play defense. Clearly he didn't
Listen,
Bruh.
watch the defense side.
Kobe had nothing to do with Cam's deficiencies. He's not tall. He don't play
It
defense. He's not athletic. He can't change those things. Those are
no
just his physical weaknesses. That
no
has Kobe
this
Yo,
nothing to do with
Fred
Kobe,
that.
listen,
Van Vliet is a better defender than Cam Thomas.
that's
exactly. And
crazy.
he's
Fred Van
short
Vliet is shorter than
and
him.
he's short too.
Y'all talk about a
Wait,
whole y'all
who
comparing,
you
but y'all
Just
said?
say
comparing, y'all
Bryant.
hold on, y'all comparing Cam Thomas to NBA champion. Let me just say that.
Bro, the nigga
But
was
hold on,
undrafted. We can't keep on
No,
hold on.
no,
doing
no,
that,
no,
Let me
bro.
no.
We can't keep on
let me
doing
just
that.
say
I'm
that.
going to
Come on,
compare
bro.
Cam Thomas to number 28, number 29, and number 30 shooting guard in the league. And what
Bruh,
Cam Thomas doesn't understand, and Cam Thomas fans don't understand, is that the league is different. Look at the
Yep.
top teams and
bruh,
the
like
top
yo,
five. What do they have for shooting guard? They
listen,
have Lou Dort. They have
this is
like
what,
Amen
bruh. I'm
Thompson.
not. Listen, but at the end of the day, I'm not disagreeing. I understand with the basketball side of it because of the perimeter and how the NBA they got more of the offense coming from the perimeter opposed to how they
Correct. So what does
started the
that
league
mean?
opposed with
What
the
does
big
that
man. But
mean?
hold on. No,
What does
I'm
that
not
come
saying.
you
Hold on,
I need you to have the epiphany
bruh.
with me,
No.
Breezy. What does
Well,
that
listen.
mean? If
Listen.
niggas
This
is
is
shooting
hold on,
from further out deeper, that means you need what?
bruh. What I'm saying to you is I'm not
Ah,
ignoring the
Breezy don't want to say
situation.
it.
No, listen. No, what I'm saying is, if I could get my soliloquy off, so
Mhm,
I could get to Ice, because I was trying to say something to Ice about player development, is the
mhm.
fact that the dude Cam Thomas, he's not one of the best perimeter defenders. I know that, but to
He
ignore or
he's
hold
in the
on, let me
bottom
finish. Let me
5
finish. Let me
percentile.
finish. Let me finish before I ignore or negate what he does for on the offensive side of the ball. And on that note, the defense doesn't rely and live and die on Cam Thomas. You and fans like you who try to
No.
make it seem, hold on, let me finish. Who make it seem like it's the defense is we lose games because the defense of Cam Thomas is wrong. I've seen Cam Thomas off the floor, and this is true. Let me finish my soliloquy. Off the floor in the first quarter, and we was getting our ass kicked on defense with Mikal Bridges leading the defensive playmaking on the defensive side of the ball. That's a fact. And he's reputation wise, he's supposed to be that guy on the perimeter defense. He wasn't. And I'm saying when Cam Thomas wasn't on the floor and he was on the bench, we was still getting Molly Watt scored. We was not stopping no teams. And that's a fact. So this is what I'm saying. The narratives that y'all paint about Cam Thomas to make it seem like we lose games because we got contingent on the defense of Cam Thomas. No, you put Cam Thomas and Zaire Williams on the floor at the same time. Zaire Williams gets that assignment if that's the case. They didn't put Cam Thomas on Brandon Ingram. No, that wasn't smart. They put Zaire Williams on Brandon Ingram. It made sense. He stopped them and we won the game. The defense is not going to, the game is not going to be won or lost because Cam Thomas is playing defense on the last play of the game. Like
I
let's
think
get to it, Pod. Like, what game did you see we lost a game because of Cam Thomas defense? I'm tired of this shit.
Boston,
Like this
Boston
narrative
Magic
y'all
maybe
ain't
2
Nobody was
years
saying
ago.
that though.
According to StatMuse, Cam Thomas ranks 32nd amongst starting point guards in defensive plus minus. That
Bro, I
means
watch the
when
games.
he's
I'm not
on the
watching stats, man. I'm
He's
watching these
actually
games.
bottom
I'm seeing what's
400,
then I
happening.
could
Pod.
Okay, so
then
He's
I
that's a
actually
could
lot.
bottom
never
That's a
then
lot.
I could
400.
people.
never
I
have a
think
I
we
so,
using
but
the
conversation.
hold
wrong
on.
the
But
wrong
listen,
argument is
but
being
listen.
used right now.
Listen, what I'm saying is I've watched the games. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that just that is wrong and you're not telling the truth. You could be looking right at it. But what I'm saying, I know the why. I know all of that part of it, and that's what it's not telling you. It's not giving you the
So why is he not playing
context
defense?
matters. You know what I'm
So
saying?
for
Shout to
so for
context
clarity,
matters.
so for
Oh my
clarity,
God,
what
yo.
you're saying is, according to your eye test, Cam Thomas was a difference maker on defense for the Nets last year.
The difference maker? No, I'm not saying he was a difference maker. I'm saying that the way the ball go, like they not even attacking Cam Thomas first. You know what I'm saying? But they do try to get to Cam Thomas probably like in the second or third basketball action. I did see
Breeze, you
that,
remember
and I
when we was
did see him
playing?
have
You
to
remember
D
we
up.
was playing?
But
Breeze, you
but
remember we was
my point.
playing Boston and Jalen Brown and Tatum was targeting
Yep.
him the whole
Valentine's
game.
Day.
That's
Valentine's Day
one team,
massacre.
bro. I did see that. Yeah, and
It's
I seen
plenty
it. No, I seen it
teams.
twice. I seen it with
The Knicks. The
Luca, and I
Knicks.
seen it with the Celtics. Other than
Cade,
bro,
Cade Cunningham did it
he was
when
kicking the
Cade
Knicks
did it when we
ass.
played Detroit. Cade
Bro.
Uh,
targeted Cam
I
too.
would
But
I would
hold on,
like to
no,
go.
but
I would like to
hold on,
go
no.
back
Let's
to the
stay here. Let's
Detroit
stay here.
game,
Let's
bro.
not hold on. Let's not change the subject. So y'all saying at the end of the day, everybody else was playing defense, but Cam Thomas in these said games that y'all talking about.
You want
It's
to be
not
the
the
number one
fact that
guy,
he's. It's
No,
Breeze.
not
no,
the
no,
Cam
fact
no.
that.
And
Thomas
Hold
Let
on.
was
him
sometimes
It's,
finish.
slow
Let him
Cam
guys
finish.
get
Let
Thomas
him
was
it's
the
not
finish.
the
open.
Let
only
him
fact
one
that
no.
he.
getting
Let him
picked
It's not
finish.
the
on.
Stop
fact that he
cutting him
wasn't
off. Let him
playing
finish.
defense.
3 minutes.
It's not the
Three
fact that he
minutes.
wasn't
3
playing
minutes.
defense. It's the fact. I'm weak. It wasn't the fact that he was playing that he wasn't playing defense. Is that he is the weak link in the lineup, so they're going to target him regardless. It's just some players
Correct.
to me that's not that
I don't
good
believe that.
at defense. It is. You
I
say you
don't
don't.
believe that.
It's the truth.
Listen,
They all
let me tell
target
you.
him. That's
Listen,
the
no,
first
hold
You
person
on,
don't
they go
listen.
believe it, but
to.
we
No,
saw it.
listen.
Let
The
him
thing,
go.
yeah,
You
hold
took
on.
the break.
Let me
Let him
finish my
let him go.
soliloquy
You took
before
the
I
break.
get cut off,
I
please.
told you
What
took the
I'm
break.
saying is this: when it comes down to the target, is not just because he's weak on defense; it's because he's the best scorer too, and that's the part y'all ignore. Like, yeah, he is the target, but it's because if you get this guy to be in foul trouble, put him on a bench, who else is going to score? That's the reason why he's the target too. That's a main part of it, and y'all ignore that part of it. So I listen to y'all about the part that y'all talking about, but y'all not listening to me.
What
You
is
feel what
it
I'm
You
gonna
want?
saying?
What is it gonna
I'm
take to
not.
build it?
I'm not saying you're wrong.
What is it gonna take to
So
build a
so
team
why is that?
around
Hold
Cam
on. So
Thomas
hold
as
on,
the
no,
number
no.
one?
So
Well,
hold on. So what I'm saying, hold
He's
on. So
not
what I'm
wrong in
saying is
saying that.
right. So again, not to be long winded because I wanted to get the ice about the player development part of it, bro. I give them credit. But don't put these rookies in situations where it's 5 guys. Like give them like 2 guys to focus on. Diego not gonna be there. I'm not saying that's a good thing. But in my opinion, think Jordy Fernandez and the coaching staff should focus on like 2, 3 guys. Let the other guys go to the G League or whatever. Like, and then y'all
Huh?
keep talking about Kobe Buffkin. Like, yo, I don't even know what's gonna happen. Like, yo,
Huh?
I'm just waiting, bro. Like, I'm waiting just like everybody else, bro.
yep.
I don't know what it's.
I gotta break it
I
to
ain't
you,
waiting for shit. I
Breezy.
already know what's gonna
I'm
happen.
Based off that the press conference and how Sean Marks answered, and even how Cam
Bunch of
Thomas
BS.
answered, he's never playing for the Nets again, and Sean Marks knows it, and that's part of the reason why Cam Thomas not going to get 20 minutes a game on the Nets. They better hope they come to like a trade or something, because
You,
he's not going to. Minutes is an investment for a rebuilding team. They're not going to invest those minutes into Cam
I
Thomas
don't
unless
believe
wait,
that.
You
wait,
don't think
wait,
he's
I
Pod.
don't
starting?
believe that.
Pod, did you,
I
did
gotta
you,
I
wait,
respectfully disagree.
Pod, I think he's starting. I ain't
wait,
gonna
wait,
hold you.
Pod, did you hear what Sean Mark said at
He
the end of
might.
his?
I think he might start, but I don't think he's
Wait,
gonna
I'm
finish the
about to
game.
pull a Breeze. I'm about to pull a Breeze tongue and I clip it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, my 2 minutes about to be up. My 2 hours about to be up. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
So I
cool.
gotta clip it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I appreciate y'all coming out. There's some other
Uh,
Killian Hayes signed with the Cavaliers. Thomas Bryant signed with the Cavaliers. Imani Bates got an exhibit 10 with Philly. So on that note,
Oh, good for him.
yeah.
he
I
ain't
want to
gonna
get
get
next
no
season.
clock over there.
I need
He
to
probably
do something.
he gonna probably end up in the G,
That's
but
that.
y'all know my motto. Y'all don't have to like, y'all don't have to subscribe because I don't know anything you heard. And I'm out. And we out.
Peace.
We out, man.
Definitely.
Peace.
I ain't gonna lie.